the beard.
I think it says we.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most anonymous, notorious podcast. With your three hosts, Leo's a little late tonight, may not make it. He's driving back from Vegas. But I'm 401 bag raider Jeff. That's Will next on the other side over there. There's Raider Will. And at the far end with the upside down bear, that's James. Next to me is Will, the president of the Philadelphia TBH Chapter. He has no idea that we were going to do this, and he's like, what the hell? This poor guy's never going to come on this show again. But this is what fans of shitty teams do when they don't want people to see us, okay? So, yeah, we're in hiding right now, just like the team is on the field. What are you guys thinking?
Bro. Hey.
Does the bag not have air holes? You can't hear?
James, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Bagman. Let him know.
We suck pretty bad right now. I mean, this is crazy. 7 rush yards for Ashton Genty all game. We can't hold a single block. We have more penalty yards than we have fucking rushing yards.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough of that.
All right. Look, man, what are we doing? What are we doing? Guys, can we get it together? I mean, like, honestly, when we throw the ball 49 times and say, hey, we're going to run the ball, play good defense, and try to do something. Are you kidding me? Hey, there is no excuse to tell me right now that we even tried to stick with the running game. Ashton Genty gets picked number 6 to only get 6 rushing touches. 6! I'd be like, come on, man. What are we doing? We think Geno Smith is Dan Marino. He's Uncle Rico in disguise. Uncle Rico out there throwing the ball 49 times. He wants to throw it to the other team. And then guess what? When he throws a touchdown, he goes, what a relief. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. We got to get it together. And we all know here that we keep it a buck. And, hey, James, I'm glad that you kept it composed because, honestly, to tell you at the end of the day, man, this was pathetic. Pathetic. When the other teams
everybody stayed up late to watch that shit show, right?
Yeah. The other team's fans are coming to us and telling us that they're sorry. That they are sorry for us. Bro, in my neighborhood, those are fighting words. I'd be like, you want to take a guy out back and beat his ass? Hey, man, I'm sorry, your team is so pathetic. Man. I got more intensity right now in my body than the whole fucking Raiders team did last night.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up, Will. You know, and I've noticed a trend here. What is it when we're down and we're going to halftime and fucking Pete Carroll's live on TV and they ask him, what are you guys going to do different? And, he basically looks at the guy and just says a whole lot of fucking nothing. He just looks at the guy and he's like, well, it's just how the game's going, that we can't control this. And we're just going to go in there and we just got to get better. And it's like the same shit, like a whole bunch of fucking nothing. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck crawled up Chip Kelly's ass yesterday because Chip Kelly fucking called plays like he fucking smoked a fucking pound of weed before he got to Allegiant Stadium, quite literally. Because why are we running the ball on our own one? We
James,
have
let me add something on top of that, James. Why are we running the
And
ball right after a false start? Bro, we false started to a run to the outside. The defense is already coming downhill. They're expecting a run because guess what? You just showed them run. All game long, you go play action. And the one time you have to do something a little different, you fucking run it. This is pathetic, man. Pathetic.
So we'll kind of wrangle it back in a little bit here.
Okay. All right.
Will, as soon as you're our guest tonight, do you want to make any comments about the game before we go on?
It's every time we think we on a path, we get all juiced up for game one of the season to get the new season started. But it's always something missing. Like they didn't put no stock into the offensive line this year at all. It's like put a Band-Aid on it.
You brought in Kappa.
Yeah, they didn't put no stock into it at all.
No.
I'm gonna ask you this. Hey, Will, I'm gonna ask you this. You just brought up offensive line, right?
Yeah.
Why is Carlos Rogers not on the freaking roster? Why is he a healthy scratch after the whole freaking week we've been told that he's gonna get a start, that he's gonna get a look, that rookies are gonna get in there and play the game, and you're gonna put Will Putnam at center, but JPJ, you're not gonna put him at center. You're gonna put Putnam there, but when JPJ says I want to play center, I'm a Remington Buck Award winner. No, you can't play center.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? What are we doing, Will? I'll be like,
yeah, I wasn't a fan of Chip Kelly at all. When I saw he got hired, I was not happy about that.
Well, you saw it firsthand living in Philadelphia, so you saw what he did to the Eagles.
Yeah,
I'm not saying everybody. We know you're not an Eagles fan.
No,
but I know what's going on with the Patriots just by where I live.
Yeah.
So it's in my news all the time, sports
all day long.
Yeah, yep. So I mean, you're privy to it. Unlike somebody like Will and James being on the other side of the country, they're not. They don't know the local news as well. But my God.
Yeah, Chip Kelly he'll dismantle what's there so he can bring in what he want to bring in, and I think that's what's on his list. I hope that's not it, but he's not the head coach this time. See, when he was the head coach, he did that team dirty.
Hey, we're paying $16 million to get 3 field goals and a touchdown. Exactly. Hey, by the way, if our defense gives you the ball at the 12-yard line, according to Pete Carroll, the defense isn't pulling their weight. They're putting you in a bad position. God forbid we can get 12 yards.
I could agree with Will on that. I think something that's interesting, when I look at how our team's playing, I quite literally think there may be a legitimate argument that we were better with our offensive coordinator as Luke Getsy than we are right now.
Oh, the team last year was definitely better than this year.
Absolutely.
Because at least last year we were still competitive.
I'll tell you right now, you put Genty on last year's team versus this year's team, we win more games. He's a better rookie last year than he would have been than what he is this year. And it's not all his fault. I'm not blaming him. I don't want people to start coming at me that Genty, I'm not saying he's a bust. He's just wasn't the right pick at that moment. And we're proving every minute of that he wasn't the right pick for us because we can't help him. He can only do so much on his own, Now
what's going to be even more telling is this weekend coming. We're playing Cleveland. Cleveland's announced their starting quarterback for this weekend is going to be Shedeur Sanders. If we can't win this game, when the starting quarterback is Shedeur Sanders, who doesn't quite have much starting experience right now, I mean, that's gonna be very telling of what our team is. And I'll be completely honest. I'm kind of scared about playing the Browns because we have no offensive line and we have Myles Garrett coming to town. So that being said, this just seems like another like letdown game. Like I'm looking at the rest of our schedule after how we played yesterday, and I'm wondering if we even win another game.
Oh, I don't think we are. But real quick, before we roll into the whole Cleveland thing and further on, let's hit the chat up quick, and then we got to let Will get his words in about the Philly Raiders game coming up in December because he's on limited time. This poor man's got to get up at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. He has to go to work in the morning, so we don't want to keep him here all night and listen to James rant anyway. So you'll get your chance, James. I guarantee it.
Be all right.
So in the house, we got Raider Travis is here with us. Elon Bush is here. Miklo is here. What's going on? Yeah, we were a few minutes late. Not that bad. Daniel Berry's in the house. Detroit God is here. Accelerator. Yeah, I'm 401 bagger Jeff now. 49ers Red Zone. What's up, brother? Let's see. PNW Mark is here. Who else we got? Jason Downs is in the house. You guys just want Chip to call plays for your fantasy leagues. I wouldn't trust him to run an electric football game. Remember one of those when you were a kid? Just plug it in and the plays about. I wouldn't even want him running that team.
Not even flag football.
Nope.
Oh, hell no. Cheese Man is here. We need to put Dr. Kevorkian on the training staff. Let's see. We got Keandra Gray. How you doing tonight? Raider Drake's in the house. What's going on? Raider J. I don't know what to say. Yeah, this is horrible. Everybody's at a loss for words after this game and the season. Snow is here. I saw James Bean and Raider Will giving each other hints at stadium. What? Sir Max. Wow, there's a lot of fucking trolls in here. That's what that is. Raider Man's here. Other than Miller and JPJ, the line needs to be cut. They are practice squad talent at best. None of these guys make a team roster anywhere, which is why 100%. I am so surprised that Parham is still on this roster after last season. That in itself was just good Lord. Let's see. Who else is here? Yeah, Jamie's here. Jamie says Bo Hottegree was better. Raquel is here. What's up, Raquel? It gets worse and worse. Yes, it does. Leo's here. How quickly James changing his mind about SS. Leo's in the chat. He's driving back from Vegas right now, so I don't know if he's going to make it tonight or not.
Wait, SS? Who's SS?
Shador Sanders.
Oh.
Demokes is in the house.
I didn't change my mind about Shador Sanders. I'm just saying we arguably shouldn't lose to that game.
Yeah. So we've got Will on the show tonight to discuss the TBH Philly and what's going on for the Raiders Phillies game on December 14th in Philadelphia. It's going to be cold, but it's going to be.
But the party's going to be hot, baby. Yeah. Let them know, Jeff. TBH is going to be throwing a hell of a party, baby. Yes, sir.
So
yeah, we're going to be out there.
I'm going to move you over this way so I can put the banners up so you can talk about everything. So I'll bring this one up first. Get rid of this chat box for now. All right, man. So this is your party, man. This is your weekend. You're the host chapter and you are the president of that chapter. So what do we got planned for this weekend?
So Friday, everybody's going to meet. The meet and greet is going to be at the hotel. So we got a couple of giveaways, free giveaways to everybody that shows up. And, we're just everybody going to meet up and kick it there at the hotel. We're not going to have any DJ there that night. Saturday, once we get down to the other place, there'll be some live music down there. Not live music. I think I got a DJ on Saturdays there.
Okay.
So that's more like of a party atmosphere Saturday at the Cigar Lounge later on in the evening. But during the day, it go into Misconduct. So that's down Center City, down there on JFK. So anybody that never had a cheesesteak that's coming down, it's a nice place right 2 doors down from there. And it's pretty much the cheesesteaks are not bad at all. They're good. But if you go at a certain time, like in the evening, because it's a bar there too as well. So
Yeah.
in the evening, they have it like happy hour time in there. So the prices go up. So if you're not worried about money, no problem. But if you want a cheesesteak that, you
Get
know,
there early is what you're saying.
yeah, it's still a good steak, but the price just changed at a certain time.
All right,
That's
so
how that goes.
on Friday is like the initial meet and greet at the hotel from 7 to 10 p.m. That's pretty much when most people are going to be coming in. It'll be Friday anyway.
Yeah.
I'll be driving down, be leaving my house early Friday morning, drive down there. So I'm staying at that hotel, so I will be there that night for sure.
Mhm.
And then Saturday on December 13th from 12 o'clock to 4 p.m. So that's noon to 4, Misconduct Tavern at 1801 JFK Boulevard in Philadelphia, PA. Right next door, a couple doors down, is Taste Cheesesteak Bar. And then there's also that you got Taka. I don't even know how you pronounce the name of that restaurant, the Mexican Grill.
Tectona.
I don't want to mispronunciate it because the other two guys on the show and
Tacoteca.
Leo will make
Mexican grill, baby.
Tacoteca!
Tacoteca, let's go.
Now I want to touch on the hotel real quick because originally I think I had it on there for like the 18th, the last day to book or cancel or something like that. So
Yeah, I
that's
think I have
that's
that one.
extended, to the 30th. We're gonna pull that on the 30th. So hopefully everybody that's going to stay there, have their rooms and stuff booked already by then.
Oh, man, that's going to be badass. Hey, y'all, so what they just said right now, Friday night, if you are flying in, we are having a get-together from 7 to 10 o'clock. Y'all got to be there, man. And the Saturday night party, y'all
There it
already
is.
know
That's
what
the
it
hotel.
is. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. You got to get that ticket. You got to get going. And, man, it looks like we got hotels. We got discount codes. It's going to be hooked up for Philadelphia. Stay locked in, baby. The Black Hole doing big time things at these away tailgates. I know that a lot of you love to travel and see new things. Go get you a cheesecake or what is it? A Philly cheesesteak?
Yeah, don't ask for if you're not in the area. If you go anywhere and they got a sign to say Philly cheesesteak, don't eat that shit.
Yep, I've been told that. Stay away from anything that's named Philly.
So what's the trick?
Cheesesteak,
So what is it supposed to say?
Just cheesesteaks.
cheesesteak.
It's cheesesteak. Y'all heard it, man.
If it says Philly cheesesteak, you don't want it. That's what I've been told by other people that live in the area. And I know Will has said that to me too already. So he's already forewarned me. See, when I went to Philly last time, I made that mistake. I just went to a place that advertised for like Philly cheesesteaks and it wasn't that good.
No, you don't want that.
So I will judge it based on what I have at this time. What I had, I'm trying to find.
Hey, are you gonna go live from the tailgate, Jeff? And from the location?
I might, because I'm not going to be so heavily involved like I was at the Patriots Raiders one. Like where I was like doing everything that day. I'm gonna have more chances to walk around and do more stuff, like get cameras up and shit. And I definitely plan on doing something for sure.
As far as that tailgate too, Jeff, I spoke with somebody that goes to the Eagles fans frequently, and they was telling me that they open the area up as early as like 7 a.m. So, so I might have the spot listed on there before 9 o'clock.
Gotcha.
Okay, if you do, that's awesome. Even if you don't, I can throw something together quick because I'll be down there. You let me know right away. I can make a flyer up and I can just pump it out to Instagram, Facebook, and just start getting that thing circulated so everybody's aware. Even if we find out the night before, that'd be great because then we'll really give everybody time. But we've got enough connections between you and I that we'll be able to get it out there, because I'll send it to Will right away and he'll start hitting up everybody in TBH that he's got connections with, and before you know it, the word will spread. I mean,
oh man, this is gonna be a hot cake. This could be the hottest ticket in Philadelphia. I'm telling y'all, if you are a Raiders fan, man, you gotta come to these away tailgates, guys. Come out there,
Yeah.
join the therapy group. Get with your peoples, man. Have a good time. Because I'm telling you, it's nothing like it. When we travel abroad, man, Raider Nation does it big. I'll be like, we went up there to Boston. We did the tall ship. We went out to eat some good food. I'll be like, it's fantastic, man. Make sure that y'all stay locked in. I'm sure Jeff and Will are going to have it kicking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jeff's been helping a lot, man. Appreciate your help, bro.
Nah, man, I reached out to you as soon as I knew you were going to be doing something. I told you anything you need, let me know.
Sir.
And, I'll gladly help out, get you on this show, help promote the flyers. And it's exactly what we're doing. So we're going to stop putting these flyers out. You start sending them out. I can start sending them out tonight if you want.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right.
I
So
went on the original post that I had on there already. I went on and updated it. So I tagged everybody in it and updated everything.
Hey, Will, real quick, where can we find you and where can we like if we're looking for this information that we want to get in contact with you, or can you let the people know and our listeners know where they can find you, where they can get this information, or where they can get you in contact with you?
TBH Philadelphia chapter on Facebook. And we're on Instagram too as well. This the Black Hole _ Philly chapter. So I gotta put it on Instagram. I only put it on Facebook so far, but I'm gonna put that same information on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
I mean, and realistically, what are our chances of winning the game? It's an East Coast trip. Philly's a damn good team still. There's no two ways about it. For me, it's the game and everything, and but it's like I've talked to Will, like when he came out here for the Raiders Patriots game week 1.
It's insane.
Just being around everybody, I've seen people like on doing shows like this and on Instagram, and then to finally actually meet them and put your face to them and actually introduce yourself to them, and now you talk to these people all the time, and that was the fun part, was just hanging with everybody, just having a blast.
100%, Jeff.
This one's going to be a little bit more relaxed for me, though. I'm going to kind of be able to enjoy this. From the other one, I was stressed to the max up here, man, for that week 1, because I was just so focused on everything going off right that I just never got a chance to sit back and just go, until Monday afternoon when I finally go home from Boston. It's a long weekend.
Yeah, so we're gonna be at the hotel Friday, then with Saturday we got the 2 things lined up, and then Sunday we're gonna be partying.
Hell yeah. And hopefully we walk off with a victory that day. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, we need to lose all our games so we get a good draft pick.
For my sake, yes, because I'm gonna have to hear about it every day. I'm already hearing about it, and it's not even here yet.
But y'all, hey man, I can't wait to hear the stories. I can't wait till you guys make some memories with Raider Nation. Make sure that you guys stay linked into the Philadelphia chapter of the Black Hole. They're going to be throwing a great party out there, guys. Yeah. Go out there and make memories with the family. That's what it's all about. Hit up my boy Will. I want you guys to tag us and make sure that you guys take a picture with them, so that way we can re-put it out, man. And then guess what, man? We got our own website now, so we're going to be putting up all that stuff on the website. We're going to be doing our own thing, man. It's going to be big. Y'all stay locked in.
All right. Yeah, it looks like Maya's going to be coming out with a bunch of people, too. She goes, I got a bunch of Cali folks ready for the Philly parties. Keep me posted. Definitely. I'll get you all the information for sure. Let's see who else is here. Someone threw a Raider jersey on Rocky State. No.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No, that's like a bad omen, man. That's bad luck. Hell no. I ain't even going anywhere near that statue so nobody can say, well, I saw him over there.
Nah, I laugh every time I see somebody do it, but I don't know.
That's like one of the dumbest things you could do. She always end up getting killed that day. The team ends up getting destroyed.
Yeah, she just pissed the city off with that.
Yeah. What's up, Big Luck? Philly says George, pick the voice.
Got nothing to
What's up,
lose.
Dixon
That's
Titus? Dixon Titus
100%.
in the house. Yeah, Leo, we suck anyways. Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to go there and get like blown out like 50-0, because that's what would happen if somebody slaps a freaking Raiders jersey on that statue.
Jeff, at this point now, that's where we're at. I went to Denver, and that's when people were like, "Oh, why you go bad?" And I literally told them, I was like, "Man, as long as we don't get our asses kicked, I'm good." That is how bad it is right now.
It is. It's bad. What we'll do, Will, like the week of the event, that game. So it's only a few weeks away now. It's how fast this is coming up already. It's like, dude, it's 4 weeks away. So we'll probably have you come back on that Tuesday prior to the event, and if anything's changed, and if anything changes between now and then, we'll update the flyers and get them out. But that would be like the last time we get a chance to talk about it on this show. So we'll make sure we have you on that Tuesday night also, so we can talk about any last minute changes at that moment too, and what it's looking like for numbers and how many people reached out to us to say, "Hey, I'm definitely going to that." Because it'd be nice to know roughly how many people you think are going to be here. I think it's going to be a lot anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I can't wait to hear about it, man. Well,
I don't
can't
know
wait.
It's going up on the Black Hole website too, so it'll be out there. The information.
Yeah, because if you share it with the Black Hole official on Instagram, they'll distribute it also.
Yeah.
I don't know how true it is, but I heard a rumor that I think Gorilla might be coming out for this game.
That would be good.
I know he was at the Washington game.
Yeah.
So
I could say you about 80% to 90% correct, because from what I heard last year, that was one of the games he wanted to go to.
All right.
And he was the one that was like, "We got to make sure to have a party out there." So I'm like, hey, I'm like, that's pretty much all you got to know. I mean, like, gotta love Gorilla, man. Salute to him. You know how it is. I'm like, he's gonna be out there for sure. I think.
It'd be good to see him again.
Yeah, I've never met him, so if I get the chance to meet him, this will be my first time ever meeting him. So, I don't think I've ever seen him in person, not even from a distance.
Yeah, I got to meet him out in Oakland.
Nicest guy ever, man.
Yeah, real cool guy.
Because I know I did reach out to him on Instagram prior to the week 1 game in New England and asked him if he was coming out, and he said no, he wasn't. So I didn't even ask him about this one. So that's the information, folks, on the Philly game for December. I don't know what week is that. What week are we going to be in? Like
the 14th, December the 14th. The second
week, like week
15, 14. I think.
15 or 14.
15.
I think it's 15. I think you're right. I think it's 15. So if anybody's got any questions on anything that's going on that weekend, we'll be getting the flyers out. Reach out to Will. He gave you the information on where you can reach out to him. The other way, you're pointing the wrong way.
Right.
And you can reach out to me because I've got all the flyers and I pretty much know everything that's going to be going on anyway. So, and if I don't know the answer, I reach out to Will and he gets back to me right away. He's pretty quick on getting back to me, which is awesome. So, God, I can't even tell you on one hand how many times we've talked in the last like 4 days. It's been like almost every day on the phone talking and finalizing numbers and dates and shit. So, yeah, I'm always home, so I'm always easy to reach. So if you need anything prior to, well, you know where to reach me, man. I'm there for you. Do anything I can to help you and have this go off with a bang. So
hey, same goes here, Will. Please, man, reach out. Anything you need, man. We're here for you. It's all family, baby. Can't wait to hear about it.
Appreciate it. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
And I'll be every show I do this week, I will be mentioning it. Just bringing it up and
we gotta beat it like a dead horse out here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if anybody paid attention to what I did to promote the one for week 1, you're gonna get hit with the same shit again on this one. You're gonna get a lot of shit.
Y'all had a good turnout up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing,
we did.
man.
Yeah.
Better than
Amazing.
what I thought, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting that many people, and it just fucking exploded.
That's week one. Everybody thirsty for football, man. That was a good turnout up there.
Everybody's thirsty for football. The weather sucked, unfortunately. It poured out Saturday night at the pregame party. Luckily, we were indoors, but it turned out to be muggy and rainy, and then it just rained all day the day of the tailgate.
I'm like this for that week for Philly game because, you know, sometime in December we get 50-degree weather for a 1 o'clock game. That's not bad.
And I can handle the snow. I don't mind the snow. Just as long as no funky shit like a blizzard decides to show up that weekend, because then that just screws everything up.
Yeah.
The parking lots there, they're all pavement, right? No dirt and mud and shit.
There's no dirt down there, but
Okay,
I know pretty much with the weather down here, we usually get that nasty snow and all that stuff in January, February. So I don't know, but you know, it's different now.
Well, the reason I'm asking is the one parking lot that we had to tailgate, the only parking lot on the property up there happened to be a mix of crushed stone and dirt, and that's it was like a mud pit. It was bad. Every other parking lot was all pavement. The one we were in was just like mud.
How about tell it like this? Yes, it was muddy, but it was such a good time, man. You had people huddled up, all intense, and it was just all Raider Nation. You saw, hey, when the Patriots fans go like, "Yo, you guys have a tailgate out here?" Raiders fans are that deep that you guys, and we're like, "Yeah, right there, man." That just shows the difference, you know. And it's incredible, you know. We didn't have to wear these. I mean, in Philly, you might have to wear one of these. Just for protective measures, you know. But I mean, like at the end of the day, it's going to be a great time, man. I can't wait to see what you guys do. And honestly, like we said, hey, we're going to do everything we can here on this podcast to promote it. And Raider Nation, if you're going out to Philly, you already know what it is. You know where to go. You know who to hit up. You know who's going to have the best parties. We've already done it not once, not twice this year. We've done it 3 times, 4 times, I think over 5 times in the away game. So, guys, make sure y'all stay locked in, baby.
Every road game this year, we've
the
had
Black Hole has had a party.
Yep.
So, hey, man, we keep doing it big, baby.
So, do we want to go back to talking about last night at all?
Gotta take some Tylenol or something first, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll tell you, it's a good thing I don't drink anymore because, man, I would have been shit-faced doing that live show last. It would have been
exactly what I said.
Podcast last night.
Yeah.
But, Jeff, it's like this, man. It's so frustrating. Because, I mean, like, literally, we are being told one thing. You hear things in press conferences that are supposed to go another way. These things are not making any sense. These are third-grade mistakes. I'd be like, a lot of the stuff that's so fundamentally flawed. We are fundamentally flawed, down to the point that we can't even block people the correct way. If we want to run an outside zone, you see the guy taking an undercut, going down there and taking the wrong angle. I'd be like, there's so many things that we're doing that we look pathetic. I'd be like, literally, anybody. Bro, this is not Madden.
No.
This is not Madden. And Chip Kelly needs to understand that this is not college football. This is not college football where you have the best teams, the best recruits. You have an average team. You have to form up to the players that you have. You have to play to their strengths. You have to give them the football, for God's sake. You don't draft the guy at 6.
Will,
have a great
thanks
night,
for
my brother.
On, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all for having me on, man.
No, man, thank you for coming on, brother.
Yes, sir. Everybody have
Philly
a
in the house, baby. Let's go.
Philly. I'm trying to see how to cut this thing off.
Hey, but like I was saying, Jeff, you know, it's pathetic because it's so simple. Things that anybody can address. When you look at the game plan, where's the strategy in this? Where's the deception? How do we go play action 3 plays in a row in the first drive? You don't run it once. Where's the threat of the run? Play action works because there's a threat of running the football. James said it at the very beginning of the show. Ashton Genty, the number 6 pick, the guy that said, hey, we're the best running back, a bell cow running back, that freaking Pete Carroll came out at the beginning of the season and said, we're going to give him the ball. We're going to run the ball and play good defense. Now you're going to come out and say, oh, yes, this was in my strategy, was to go fucking throw the ball 49 times.
Oh, yeah, that was ridiculous.
Tell me that that's a winning strategy. On what football field?
The fuck, it didn't work for Arizona on
this ain't
Sunday when they
7-on-7.
threw the ball 50-something times. And they still lost. You know, Jacoby Brissett had his best game of his entire career. It was ridiculous, and they still couldn't win. You know?
Hey, you know what, though? Gino was mobile.
What game were you watching?
Gino was running for his life.
Yeah, that's the difference between mobile and running scared, okay? Because he was running scared because, man, those guys were in the backfield. And they even said it last night when the announcers were talking. They're like, Genty's getting the ball, and he's got 2 or 3 defenders in his face already. That's how bad our offensive line is. Will's a big dude. I'll tell you right now, I think him and I could go out there and get on that offensive line and probably do a better job, to be honest with you. I can think we can get at least maybe a 2 to 3 yard average per rush. Good God. There's no heart. There's no heart in this team. It showed me last night that they are just dead inside. The defense looked flat. The offense is just so inept. They can't even get out of their own way. I knew as soon as where they spotted that ball before we got the safety, the first thing I said on the show last night was, they're going to get a safety. There's no way we're getting out of this. We don't have the time to pass. The line is trash. They're going to either take Gino down, or he's going to try and hand it off to Genty, and Genty's going to get stuffed in the backfield. First play, what happened?
Stuffed.
False start. So they moved back 6 inches, or whatever the penalty was. They moved back 6 inches to the 6-inch line. The second snap, boom, goes the handoff to Genty, and I don't know what he was doing by doing that quick stop he did, because that ruined it right there. And then he gets tackled. There's your safety.
Jeff, I love you on that, but I'm going to tell you something that happened on that play. If you guys look at the right side of the line, forget who it is. I think it's number 80, or the tight end, completely misses the block.
Ian Thomas, number 80 is Ian Thomas.
There's a guy that completely misses a block on the right side. Freaking guy goes straight in there. The guy, I'll be like, this is the problem, right? The Raiders, bro, and we looked at it. Every single play, the blocking is messed up. Where is the accountability? We fired the special teams coach, but you're telling me our offense looks good. You're telling me Brendan Carroll's doing his job. You're telling me with 6 yards for fucking Ashton Genty, our run game coordinator is doing his job. You're telling me with 4 sacks this game, 6 sacks the previous game, that he's doing his job? Come on, man. You got to fire that man. Jeff, we are handing out sacks like, hey, here's your yellow ticket. You want a sack? Go get one. You want a sack? Go get one. It doesn't matter who it is. We are getting destroyed at every aspect of the game. And when it comes to the guys up front, Will Putnam got put on his ass.
Oh, my God. He was horrible. Horrible.
2 to 3 times this game. Are we not hitting the weight room? Are these guys not eating their Wheaties before they go to the game? I'll be like, hey, we need to figure something out. But I'm telling you right now.
I think these motherfuckers are drinking Slim Fast instead of eating fucking food. That's what they're doing. They're losing weight instead of packing it on and holding their footing. Because, man, they're getting pushed around like kids in the schoolyard.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to tack on something too.
Go ahead.
What? Where's the accountability? I mean, at what point does Pete Carroll stop being delusional and saying that Geno Smith is playing great and the team is fine? And like, at what point does he turn around and just say, yeah, you know what? It's just not our year. We got a lot of work to do. Fucking shit's not going our way. Instead of just talking like everything's fucking fine and dandy and shit. I mean, it's horrible, man. I mean, I can quite literally just not even be watching the game. I'll get up for something. I'll go up to get a drink. And by the time I come back, it's like already fucking 3rd and 10. It's fucking crazy. Like, I'll go take a piss. I come back. We don't have the ball anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? It was just second down when I went to take a piss.
I'm telling you like this. You asked about the accountability. There's James, when he comes out and says right after the game that this is what he wanted to do, that this is exactly what Pete Carroll said. Oh, that's exactly what the game plan was. I'm in all the game plan meetings, and that's why I wanted to make sure that this is exactly what we were going to do. When you preached all offseason that we're going to run the football, that's why you drafted Ashton Genty. And that we're going to play really good defense. This is where the dysfunction is occurring. There's a dysfunction at the very top of the Raiders right now. Our GM has drafted for the future. Pete Carroll wants to win right now. Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. Chip Kelly thinks we got Dan Marino. And then on top of that, Pete Carroll wants to play daddy ball with his sons and not hold them accountable when you got Nate Carroll, who's the assistant quarterback's coach, and you got Brendan Carroll, who's the freaking running game coordinator and O-line coach. Tell me like this. There is zero accountability, and that is the problem, James. We thought that this guy was going to come in here and hold people accountable and do things the right way like a championship team does, like he did in the early 2000s, but now it's looking like all we are is full of excuses and full of bullshit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing, oh, yeah, we're going to compete. We're still looking to win. We stopped competing 5 games ago.
It's funny because James said about how he got up to go get a drink and he came back. And you saw what I put in the chat earlier, right? About how you got up in the middle of a game last night from your couch to go to your fridge to get a drink.
You had more rushing yards than
you actually covered more yardage in that time frame than Genty did for an entire football game. So yeah, just like Leo said, James walked more yards than Genty did from home. So that's how bad that is. Let me ask you both this. So we all know how last year ended, right? How the whole season went. Did you think in your wildest dreams, once we had the draft picks, the 2025 draft done, the free agency done, the coaches here, the GM and everything, did you think it was going to be this bad?
No.
Not just this bad, but this goes down, in my opinion right now, this goes down as the worst season ever. And I'm even putting this worse than the Art Shell 2-14 season because that was bad. I honestly think this is worse than that team.
Are we putting this over the 0-11 start one? Where we went 0-11?
You just
might as well be 0-11 right now because we're playing just as bad. We got lucky we won the games that we did. We could have lost that game in New England easily.
But we beat a team that's 8-2. 9-2.
Well, if you figure it out that way, so we beat the Patriots. The Patriots have already beat Buffalo, so technically we've already beaten Buffalo. They've beaten these other teams. So really, we have more wins than what we think we have.
No,
dude, which is so bad. It's just, and I know everybody wants us to be positive, and especially on this show because of what we kind of represent here with with the TBH and the chapters and the image and everything. It's so hard to stay positive, and I'm trying, man. I'm really trying to stay positive for this team and the fan base and everybody that watches these shows that we all do. But man, when you just take that team aspect out of it, like the fan aspect out of it, and you just look at this team, we are legitimately the worst team in this league. I'm sorry. I think we're worse than the Jets.
You know what's hard to accept?
We're just horrible.
You know what's crazy about all this? The fact that we still have like 7 more games to watch. That's what's fucking crazy. It's like,
if it wasn't for being at the watch parties and then going to the Philly game and being around other fans, like if I had to sit at home last night on the couch and just watch that game and not be online watching it with all the people in the chat and everything, I would have gone insane. I would have shut the TV off. And I never do that in a Raider game. That game just last night had me so disgusted.
All right. So, Jeff, you asked, we thought that this season would be better than last. I am not going to lie to you. I stood on a podium and I said, finally, the Raiders did something that made sense. We hired a quality coach. We hired a guy that has gone to the Super Bowl. We hired a guy that has experience. Yeah, we're on the up and up. But I don't know what happens whenever the Raiders hire somebody that they go into straight stupidity mode. The one thing that I'm going to tell you right now that hurt Pete Carroll from the beginning of this season is when he came out and said, we're going to win a lot of games. That is exactly what he said at the beginning of the season. This is exactly why we're in this position now. If he was a realistic coach and said, hey, like Dan Campbell has, Dan Campbell came out and said, we're a bad team right now. We need to get better. We're going to draft. We're going to have heart. We're going to build and rebuild this program. You can come out and say that. But to not upgrade the roster, to not do anything in the offseason, to sit here and then say, hey, you know what? We're going to draft guys. We're going to get these guys and be young and start looking to make changes and then not play these guys and not use them and just do a total disservice. This is 100% disservice to Ashton Genty, to every single rookie we have drafted, to not give them the opportunity to play and show what they got when the other team is kneeling the ball with 2 minutes left in the game.
And we didn't take it. And we never even took a single timeout when they were just down when they were just kneeling on it. We didn't even try and get the ball back. You know, I mean, I get it. I mean, kinda, but it's like that right there just showed me that they just want this game over with. Both teams did. And that's what now, the second game now, where the opposing coach basically just called off the dogs on us because they could have scored again easily last night. Kansas City could have done the same thing when they played us a few weeks ago. You know, Andy Reid called the dogs off and, you know, they just kneeled it down and didn't try and go for another score. You know, I don't know if that's the respect to Pete Carroll, but if that was a different coach, would that have been like if that was AP, you know, they would have probably run that score up, or if it was any other coach that we had. I think it's just Pete Carroll being who he is that they didn't want to run the score up. If that's me and I'm the coach on the other team, I don't give a fuck who the coach is on the other team. I'm going to show you how bad you are. I'm going to keep putting the foot on the throat. We should never do that to another team. Why would the Raiders ever take the foot off the throat? If you've got them down and they're out. Go for the kill shot, man. Take it.
Our team is that pathetic this year. Pathetic. Literally. I'd be like, the teams are taking. Bro, we got fans coming up and saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that we beat you. I'm so sorry. Your team is so bad.
The only time I've ever had a fan from the opposing team ever give me a pat on the back and say we're sorry was I was at the Giants-Raiders game. Jamarcus Russell was a we lost 44-7. And when the game was over, I had Giants because I was sitting all around Giants. I had not a single Raider fan near me because a buddy of mine's a Giants season ticket holder. So it was all Giants fans. And they were buying me beers all day long. I didn't buy a single beer. And they kept giving me condolences like I just had a family member just died. They're like, oh, we're so sorry. And it's like, that's the only time I've ever had that happen, you know, until this season. Now I'm getting that this season every goddamn week. You know,
we're getting home from the game and my wife goes, I'm so sorry, babe. I'm so sorry. Our team is so bad.
Yeah. You got to put on that David Boyd because you had a bad day. Make it one day.
This isn't a bad day.
Pete Carroll's in the chat. He goes, I just want to play daddy ball. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And this is where the accountability comes in. There's zero. I'll be like, oh, man, this is so bad. It's so bad on so many levels that I'd be like, at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen. I'll tell you like this. I'm not on the train that I want to keep firing and hiring coaches. I think Pete has to finish the season, and we have to figure it out from there. But if it keeps going this bad, Jeff, this bad that teams are continuously feeling so sorry for the Raiders that they start kneeling the ball, I don't know what to do. I mean, like we have to make a solution, and I don't know whether it's the offensive coordinator because we're not putting up any points for $6 million. Jeff, you, I, or James could be the offensive coordinator for the Raiders right now, and we could give them the same amount of points and the same amount of production from this team at this moment in time. You can't tell me that Chip Kelly's doing any better.
No, I don't think so. Jason Marshall's thrown in the white flag. Call mercy on the season.
It feels like that.
Where did it go? Here we go. Got a super chat from Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll sending me $2 super chat. I just want to play some dad ball. Why the anger? Somebody else was it? I think Sam the Man said it. No face said, do you think we owe AP an apology?
Yes.
Bro,
he's done a better job this year, to be honest with you. And I was all in favor of the Pete Carroll thing. I didn't expect it to go into Shitville this fast. I mean, our offensive line is paper mache. They're absolutely atrocious. You know, they couldn't stop anything. They're so bad. And here's the worst part. You've got this machine coming next week called Myles Garrett against this offensive line. That's a piecemeal offensive line. He is going to have a day next week. You can double and triple team him all you want. He is going to eat that line up. You know he's drooling right now after watching last night's game because nationally televised. All the other teams are home watching that game last night. So anybody that's playing us, they're watching that game with intent that they know they got us coming. And if they're on the defensive line, they know they're going to have a day ahead of them once that game comes. What do you think's going to happen when we go to Philly with that defensive front against this line? Oh, good God. That's going to be disgusting. The rest of the season, the rest of the teams we have to play are going to eat us up.
I'm telling you right now, Jeff, Geno Smith is not going to make it through. Geno Smith is not going to make it through the season. The way that this is going, the way that he's been getting hit on a continuous basis, where the offensive line, I'd be like, and this is how scared he is, Jeff, that every single time he sees a blitz coming up the middle, he puts Genty right up in that A gap.
Which we know doesn't work, but we keep doing it.
He keeps doing it because he's scared, because he said, oh, I know that we're not going to make this block. Never in my life have I seen so much pressure on a quarterback with four-man pressures, with guys not blocking anyone, with no adjustments being made at the line.
We lost James.
Zero, Jeff. Tell me one guy that you see out there going like, hey, check something.
I don't see anybody pointing out anybody from the defensive side.
My bad.
You watch other teams and you'll see the right guard stand up and point to somebody, or the center while he's down in the stance with his hand on the ball. You'll see him put his hand up and point to somebody, and he's obviously saying something. He's giving another audible at the line. If you know anything about offensive line and line play, you know that's exactly what he's doing. I don't see that. I don't see any of that.
There's zero.
This line is not well coached at all. Okay, and their offensive line coach is also the run play developer. Come on, and this is a guy.
This is why we're like this all season now. This is the new Raider fan uniform.
I had to take mine with me to Philly. What's up, Jack? How you doing, brother? Yeah, and Jason's right. AP had a vision for this team, but he had handcuffs on him. You know, the biggest decision he made last year was once Getsy was fired at the bye week, and they made the changes they made. He was adamant about getting AOC back in there as the starter, and he did, and that things started to change. The offensive line played better. You put Philbin in charge of the line. So this is 2 seasons in a row now that we have an offensive line that can't do shit. We made a change, and it changed things, but this year we're not doing that. We're not making that change to improve the offensive line.
We're not even trying.
No.
I will put it like this. At the end of the year last year, you saw a massive amount of improvement from the offensive line. You saw continuity. You saw a lot of growth. Then this year, we come in, we start changing stuff up front.
Oh, we're regressing.
We start changing. Yes, and exactly. We started regressing. There's one common denominator. One. Brennan Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to call you out because you are the weakest link. At the end of the day, this is where we keep saying, hey, man, your offensive line coach should probably be Philbin. Why is Philbin not coaching the O-line? Why are you not going with the veteran guy that has proven that he was a head coach, that he could do everything that he needs to do in order to – but you're going to put him as an assistant. Yet your son that wets his freaking diapers still, probably wet behind the ears, you're going to put him as the run game coordinator and the offensive line coach. And all year long, we're talking about the same thing. The inconsistency up front to be able to block people in the run game and in the pass game. But you're going to sit there and say that we're holding people accountable. Pete Carroll, whatever you're smoking, hey, man, everybody needs some of that.
Pass that shit around, and I don't even smoke.
Whatever you're chewing on that gum or whatever it is, pass that shit. Because at the end of the day, man, that's a 100%, man. And I mean, like, again, tell me anything that makes sense this year, Jeff. Tell me anything that he has done or that this regime has done that you could say, hey, man, that was a smart move.
Throwing the ball to Bowers.
Even that's been limited because he was injured for most of the start of the season. Yeah, you know what was a smart move? Not re-signing Carlson before the season started or in the middle of the season because I don't want him back. I'm done with him now. Granted, he didn't miss any yesterday. I'll give him that. He was on point yesterday. Good God. Oh, and what was that?
Wait until he gets outside again.
Well, yeah, that's just it. Inside, no win. Forgot about that pot. Damn it. Oh, God. Yeah, and Shador Sanders next week. So Ernie Johnson said it. Where is it? Because the worst part is you guys might just be trash enough to make Shador fans overhyped by next week. Shame on Deshaun for not being back by now. What a fall from grace thus far. Still got next year, though. We always got next year. I'm tired of hearing next year.
We're going to make Shador Sanders look like freaking Josh Allen. He's going to look like Lamar Jackson. We're going to give him so many opportunities because the Raiders want to throw the ball 3 times in a row and not gain 1 yard or gain 1 completion, especially from the 12-yard line when it's the fucking red zone. So, yeah, Shador Sanders is going to have an amazing game versus the Raiders next week.
No Face Raiders says the Raiders had me in the shower like Ace Ventura when he found out Finkel was Einhorn. James has no idea what I'm even talking
if I can get 10 people, if I can get 5 people to say that they think Geno Smith is playing a good year, I'll start Geno Smith as my fantasy quarterback this week.
No, but here's
people are going to say it just out of spite because they want to watch your team lose.
But here's the thing, James, right? We can sit here and say, oh, yeah, this is on Geno. He's made mistakes. But the play calling is 100% on the coaching. You don't sit back there, James, and I get this. This isn't fucking Madden. You don't sit back there and throw the ball 49 times and expect to win the game. That's never been a winning formula in the NFL.
Fucking Jack. Jeff loves the centers but doesn't want JPJ back at center. It confuses me because he's a better guard. That's why.
Because we don't have a guard.
Yeah,
it would be different if we had a road grader right guard.
Center. He didn't. He couldn't pan. Not in this system. He couldn't pan out to be the center, and that's why they moved him from center to guard because it wasn't working. You know, there's one thing, and I know Leo said it earlier that he said the team was trash before the season started, and some people called them negative. And I might have been one of the ones at the time that said he was negative, but my tune changed after our first preseason game, and I called it then. I said, this offensive line is trash, and if they don't get this
on the watch party.
Yeah, and if they don't get this season fixed, I mean, they don't get this fixed before the season starts, we're in trouble this year because we're not going to be able to do a goddamn thing. And Genty is going to be a wasted pick. And where are we right now? We're now 2-8, and our offensive line is shit. We've got our two main guys down, injured probably for the rest of the season, in Miller and JPJ, and we're switching in all these other guys and moving people around, and they're complete ass. They're complete shit bum fucking offensive line. And this was called back in preseason week 1, and the response he got from Pete Carroll was, it's a process, and these guys need to gel. This could take a week, could take 2 weeks. Hell, it could take way into the middle of the season before we figure out this offensive line. Well, here we are, more than halfway through the season, or just about at the halfway point.
Figured out shit.
Figured it out.
We ain't figured out shit, Jeff.
Nope.
So tell me, okay? We're talking about the O-line. Where did we upgrade anywhere? Where did we go out? Oh, but by the way, we drafted 2 guys in the 3rd round, and guess what we want to do? Brendan Carroll wants to say, hey, man, we got to healthy scratch those guys. We don't want to give those guys opportunities to grow and develop. Oh, we're looking to win. Hey, James, we're looking to win, but we're going to throw the ball 49 times. And guess what? The number 6 pick, we're going to give it to him 6 times. That's the winning formula, right, James? This is what we want to do. We got Geno Smith, Dan Marino back there. The thing. We are doing stuff that makes no sense. The offensive line has zero continuity. And you're absolutely right, Jeff. The reason that JPJ is playing right guard right now and playing out of position is because we don't have anybody. We don't have a mauler.
No. And Glaze is having a sophomore slump. He's not playing anywhere near like he did last year.
Struggle.
So you put your other best offensive lineman on the right side for some strength, because he plays guard better than center in the first place, and then he gets hurt, and now you're back to square one again. It just, and Sam, you're right, and I said this before our bye week. We said we come out of that bye week, there's 2 games I think we could have won, and that would have been Jacksonville and Cleveland, and we didn't win. We didn't beat Jacksonville. We got our ass handed to us last night, and we got Cleveland coming up next week. I definitely don't think we're going to beat Cleveland. I don't think we win another game the rest of the season. We end this season 2-15. As much as I hate to say it, I don't 100%. Think we win more than those 2 games.
Jeff, you know what I'm going to start doing at the beginning of the season? I'm going to start shutting the fuck up and believing every single guy that comes out and says, hey, the Raiders are going to be 5-12.
Yeah, right? Until proven otherwise.
Because every single season, man, I feel like I come out and I'm optimistic and I think, oh, yeah, we're going to make a change. And it's the same pathetic thing season after season after season right now.
Yep.
No, Sam, I don't think Putnam is a better center than JPJ.
No.
It's just that JPJ just wasn't getting it. That was the whole point of the move. And he was having a hard time with the audibles. The offensive line audibles, not the audibles from Geno. The offensive line audibles when they get up to the line and they see how the defense is set. Because when he was still at center, they had Capper at right guard calling out the audibles, not JPJ. And that's why they made the switch.
And you were talking about Meredith and him. You Putnam, are you kidding me, bro? Putnam is a backup to a backup.
Putnam looked horrible last night.
Putnam got worked. I'll be like, he might as well have been working that street that night because he got worked like one of them night street or night crawlers. Or
you getting hungry because James is over there chomping on chips or whatever the fuck he's eating. That's why.
Oh, flaming hot Lays? We figured out sleepy.
That reminded me, I forgot to take my Meprazole today. God damn it.
Shoot. We figured out. Yeah. Hey, absolutely, big luck. I'd be like, this has been a total disappointment, man.
And I thought I wasn't doing us justice when I picked us to win like 7 or 8 games. I thought I was undercutting us. Oof. I was way overperforming.
100%. I'm there with you, brother. I thought I was cutting us short at 8 wins. James, don't you even start because you were like at 10.
I had 10.
You had 10 wins this season, and I had 10 at the very beginning, and then I went back and changed it to 8.
Hey, James, how's that number 1 wide receiver Lockett doing? How's he looking?
Hey,
how's he doing for you?
Tyler Lockett is a motherfucking wide receiver one. If you look at our wide receiver depth chart right now, Tyler Lockett is your fucking number 1.
But here's the thing, James. We said it. Here's the thing. The sad thing is that's how pathetic we are at that position.
Hold on.
That Tyler Lockett with 5 receptions and 43 yards one game was your leading wide receiver. But so, James, but tell me this. What sense does it make to get rid of Jacoby Myers, to put Trey Tucker, your number 1 wide receiver?
Incorrect. You're going to confuse them. Easy now.
Okay. And then to put Trey Tucker, your number 1 wide receiver, your number 1 threat, to return kicks.
Yeah, that's stupid.
The things we're doing are making no sense.
But then again, having Dylan Lobby return kicks in general was also pretty stupid.
I'd rather have him back there than your number 1. The only guy that gets the ball and makes anything happen at wide receiver for the Raiders right now is Trey Tucker.
Jack, you're tall and skinny. You're going to be a fat guy to understand the offensive line. And yes, Spencer calls out the defensive schemes, and I just explained to you that's why they took him off that position, because he wasn't doing it right. He couldn't do it.
My question is,
and he's more valuable at guard.
When are we going to try and use Jack Betch? I mean, that guy was a 2nd-round pick, a very high 2nd-round pick at that.
James,
very high.
When are we going to use? Hey, when are we going to use our 1st-round pick?
I watched the show earlier today, and someone on the show said, "Oh, Jack Betch had a day," and I'm like, "Did I miss something?" So I went back and looked at the stats from yesterday's game. I'm like, "Had a day." He had 1 target, one catch for 19 yards.
1 catch for 8. He had 1 first down.
How is that a day?
Because here's the thing.
This is how bad we are, that you consider 1 catch for 19 yards to be a day for a guy.
Yeah.
Are we
our leading wide receiver?
That this is what we're looking forward to?
Hey, our leading wide receiver one game had 43 yards, Jeff. I'd be like, our quarterback, I think, is averaging like 7 yards a pass.
Hey, our number 1 receiver, guess what? Isn't a wide receiver in yesterday's game. Brock Bowers, 12 targets, 7 catches, 72 yards. Our number 2 guy, 8 targets, 4 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker is more of a number 1 than fucking Tyler Lockett is.
47 yards.
Yep.
47 yards for the number 1 wide receiver. The guy that actually plays the position, not the tight end.
Hey, you know who tied the team for the 2nd most targets in the game yesterday? Take a guess, James. And it's not Tyler Lockett.
Michael Mayer?
No. Ashton Genty, 8 targets, 6 catches, and 27 yards.
Yeah.
Even he outdid Tyler Lockett, the number 1 wide receiver.
Well, Ashton Genty is treated more like a receiver than he is a running back. So
because we're doing it the service.
Is he our number 1 now? Is Genty our number 1 wide receiver?
At this moment, it looks like it.
He's our we call it our flex 1.
Pathetic.
A flex 1. You're playing fantasy too much.
But wide receiver needs to be a Raider. Nope. No, thank you. Can't be a Raider. Don't got a quarterback. Don't got a line. Don't got anybody that can develop.
If we don't fix the offensive line in the offseason, we're fucked. And you know what? If you look at the free agents that are available for offensive linemen,
no bueno.
Huh?
Keep talking.
Go ahead.
What this line? What from Bueno, a guy who's played God his whole career because we lack depth?
What is he talking about?
I'm telling you to keep talking. I was listening to you.
Well, you were shaking your head when I said the free agent offensive.
I was shaking my dog. My bad.
There's some good offensive linemen, and if we don't if we don't make a play in free agency for some of these guys, then and we don't do anything in the draft, then we're right back where we were this year.
Jeff,
not even worse.
You're gonna have to overpay every single player to come here.
And fucking pay them. Pay them. You know how you get around that? The signing bonuses comes out of Mark's money. Doesn't come out of the team's cap. You offer him a bigger signing bonus. Hey, the team's worth like $6 billion now. It's quadrupled since it moved from Oakland to here. You got the money. All right, Mark Davis. You want a winning product on the field, then you better stop paying out some of that money out of your pocket for those signing bonuses, man.
Yep.
And or contract, incentive laden contracts. Make the players play for it.
Agreed.
The problem is we have so many players that are coming and going from us that are just speaking poorly and negatively about how dysfunctional our organization is.
Some of them, but Jacoby Myers also came out and said, hey, you know what? I love my guys back in Vegas. I hope that it turns around, it's going to turn around for them. Keep working hard. So you're going to get both sides, Jim. You're going to get guys that are going to say, hey, that program sucks, but at the end of the day, you're right. It's a negative detractor to have this whole situation hanging over the Raiders. I'll be like, bro, right now, I'm telling you, if the Raiders sign me and I'm a freaking MVP on my team, I'm seriously debating if I'm going to get the ball. I'm seriously debating it. If I'm a wide receiver, James, tell me one reason if I'm a wide receiver that I'm going to come play for the Raiders.
Because they overpay you.
That's the only one. Tell me a right tackle, right guard that comes here and says, oh, Brendan Carroll's a developer. Brendan Carroll's going to make me a better offensive lineman.
The thing is, too, so Pete Carroll, he steps down as the head coach in Seattle. They put him in the front office instead. So he decides that he wants to come back to coaching. And if this is his attempt to save face and end on a high note, his legacy's tarnished at this point because he went to this organization who's so dysfunctional before he even got here, okay, based on our history of head coaches through the years and inability to bring key players in and keep them. When we do get them, can't keep them. And he's going to go out like this. So now here's my question. What ultimately do you think happens with Pete Carroll? Do you think he's still going to be here next year based on how this season went?
I do. I think he'll be here next year.
It's a 50-50.
Okay, so with him, all right, just sticking with James's answer, with him still being here next year, so does that mean Gino gets a free pass on the shit he had this year and he's right back in the starting role until competition meets him?
I don't know about that. I know I think he has an out that you can get out after this year, but
it's an $8 million hit if we were to let him go.
I mean, we have the money to take the hit. I mean, honestly, I think whether or not Gino's going to be here is going to depend on the say that comes from Mark and Tom.
Okay.
Well,
I think it's going to go based off a conversation that Mark Davis has with Tom Brady.
Okay. So I'm going to give you, if this is the only way that this happens for me, in my opinion, okay? If Gino stays on this team, if Pete Carroll stays on this team, we have to look at drafting a quarterback next year. If we draft a quarterback and we're looking at, hey, we still don't want to put him out there to go through hellfire and brimstone, then I'll take Gino. I'll let him ride those $18 million. I'll let him. We'll see what for half the season to see what he got in the tank, and then bring in the rookie. The reason I say that is because if we don't draft the rookie, then there's no reason for Gino to be here. There's no reason for a guy that Chip Kelly obviously doesn't play to his strengths or doesn't use the guy in a correct fashion anyways. Why have him here? That's the only way I see Gino sticking around. Because I'm telling you right now, Gino is in hell. He is in the shitter with Raider Nation. He can come out and say, oh, you can blame this all on me. It's all my fault. And boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo at the meetings. Bro, I don't care. You obviously don't care anymore, and you're not taking any accountability anymore. Because all you're doing, and I'm telling you like this, Pete Carroll and Geno Smith are now taking questions like they're hostile questions, like they're not valid. Every single question they were asked was 100% valid. And for them to act in an unprofessional way and answer the way that they did, this shows me the lack of discipline that Pete Carroll is showing his players and the shit that he lets them get away with.
You know what? I don't even think it's just a lack of discipline, Will. I'm glad you said that. I just think all together right now, the team has no identity, and it absolutely has a lack of professionalism.
I don't think there's a quarterback to take anyway in this draft, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Why would you want to bring in a rookie quarterback? Especially when people are like, oh, if we got a top 3 pick, we should grab a quarterback. And do what with him? Put him. If we don't address the offensive line, you're going to put this kid, whoever it's going to be, in front and back of this offensive line.
And Jeff, that's why I said
I'd rather beef up the line, man. That's where it starts. It starts there. And if we don't address it, we are screwed.
I agree.
I just want to answer my own question that I asked you two about Pete Carroll. Do I think he's here next year? Oh, yeah, I think he stays. I don't think they're going to get rid of him. They're not going to fire him. I think the only way he is not here next year, and I've already said this once before, is it's one of those wink, wink, quiet meetings where they sit down with him, whether it's Mark Davis, Tom Brady, Spike Tech, whatever, whoever's in the office, and it's put to him in this manner. Okay, so Pete, here's what we want to do. We don't want to go on record as firing another head coach. We've done that too much. It makes us look bad, and it's not good for you. Out of respect to you and what you've done in the NFL, it saves face for you. So let's do this. Let's wink, wink. You come out and say you're retiring. You made it, it's time for you to hang it up. You thought you could do it in your body, whatever. Come up with something. And they put it down that he's retiring. Saves face for the Raiders, not having to fire another head coach. Saves face for Pete Carroll not being fired, just blatantly come right out and be fired as a head coach. He can quietly walk away. We'll make an agreement with you off the record. Nobody will know about it. We'll settle with you, okay? And then we'll go ahead and we're going to go a different route. That is possibly an option. And it's all going to be played out that he retired and he's not going to coach anymore, okay? Because let's face it, if we come right out and fire him at the end of the season, we're right back where we started again. We're the laughing stock. We're already the laughing stock, but we're back in the position where we can't keep a head coach. We're firing him every time we turn around. Nobody's going to want to coach here. But if he quietly retires, we'd have a better chance of hiring somebody else, somebody that we want to have come in here and not hire from within, which means no Chip Kelly, absolutely not. Don't want him as the head coach. And I don't want Patrick Graham. I'm done with both of them. Patrick Graham's run his course now. How he's still here is beyond me, but I think his time has come with this organization. We bring in someone else from the outside. That's it. That's it. I hope that's what happens, because for us to be fans of this team and then have to walk around other fans of other teams and people busting your balls like, you guys fired another head coach. Now it's another whole conversation you're going to get into that you don't want to have to deal with. It's easy to say, your coach retired. Yeah, he finally decided that enough was enough. I'm fine with that. I can defend that all day long and discuss that all day long. When you fire another head coach, I can't defend that. How can you defend that? How can you defend one side or the other that wanted him fired or you didn't want him fired?
Jeff, at this point, it's easy to explain. The product on the field explains it all.
True, but still, as a fan, somebody that's not a fan of the Raiders comes up to you and say, you fucking fired another head coach. now you're going to be on either side of that one, because there's people that are going to be on the side that we never should have fired him, and then there's people that are going to be on the side that we should have fired him. Just like AP, there were people that were on the AP side of no, we should have kept them, and yeah, we should have. We did fire him, and I'm glad we did. So you're going to be on either one of those sides, and someone's always going to question why you're on that side. And now tonight, if the guy just retires, that's it. He's retired, done.
No,
Makes it a lot easier in the press. Makes it a lot easier for us doing this.
And I'm going to tell you like this: the reason I don't think Pete Carroll will be fired is because I have a rule. Like in my book, I'm like, you have to give a coach 18 games, right around or about 18 to 26 games, to see if what he's doing is working. One, because it takes time to build up what you're doing, and you have to tear down stuff. So you have to give the coach at least 2 years in order for you to see some sort of remnants or success or change. But the way this is going, Jeff, hey man, we are on the fast track, baby. We are full speed ahead to Shitsville.
And there's no breaks. The breaks are gone.
Like I said, we can't hang our hat on one good thing this season. The Raiders have not been efficient at anything but losing.
A punting game's good.
AJ Cole's pretty good.
The kick is good. The return and coverage teams, not so much.
And that's where the frustrating part is. I'll be like, we're so bad that James gets tired of complaining.
Yeah, look at him. He's not even talking. So, do you agree with this? PG is the only good coordinator on the team.
At this point, I will say this. PG is far superior than Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll, from what I can see, because the only remnants on this team that has fought, that has made any fucking effort at all year long has been our defense. And I get it. Yeah, we've also been scored 31-0. But at the same time in that game, the defense was out there for 42 minutes.
If Genty had a gap like PG's too, he'd be the leading rusher. Hey, what's up, Jay? What's going on, man? Welcome.
100%.
That's funny. Oh, Prater read
James
a
Spence hurt from hitting the table from telling the truth. But
Which should have been, yeah. Hey, what's up, Chewy?
let me ask you this, Jeff.
PG's got to go. So, I mean, again, people are on either side of that. They're either for keeping these certain coaches or letting them go.
I think here's the thing with PG. Okay. The team, while PG has had decent defenses and he's done his thing, every single year he's been a coach here, the team has been bad. Tell me one year that offensive coordinator has come in when PG's been here and shown that he can score points, shown that he can be the one that leads the team. We have not 1 year since PG has been here shown any remnants of any offense. So that's why I would say PG is hands down the best coach we have right now. And
that's not saying much. I'm sorry. That's not saying much.
I'm not saying that that's a whole bunch, but it's when we're talking about the staff we have right now. Tell me what Chip Kelly has shown you.
Chip Kelly, nothing. I mean, as the offensive coordinator, you're responsible for everything on that offense. And if you don't have the right line fixed, anything behind that is all for naught. Because that's right now, there's still no way he's even using a fraction of that playbook. He can't. How can he with the talent we have on the offense? We don't have the right talent to run what he wants to run because we can't protect. We can't even
what
give
happened to
Gentry
ever?
a simple
So I'll
lane
ask
up
you
the
this.
middle. We can't even get him in the A gap, which is one of the simplest plays to fucking run. You can't even get him a yard, a positive inch on an A gap run. You can't do it. Not with this line. So you can't even run the simplest of plays effectively or efficiently. What good is it? What good is it to have the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league when you could get a guy that's coaching JUCO somewhere come in and probably coach the same system for peanuts?
What are we averaging on offense right now for scoring? What are we averaging?
What, for yardage or per?
No,
per,
just score
per
points
play?
per game. What is our offense averaging? James, do you know?
It was 16 before
I'm not
last night.
sure.
I think it's down to 15 points per game.
We're at like 15 points, no touchdowns a game.
That's sad.
And you're paying the coordinator $6 million a year. Highest paid coordinator in all the league.
Yep. And your leading rusher last night was Geno Smith with 4 carries for 14 yards. And that was because he was running for his life.
For his life.
It wasn't planned plays.
So, and this is where people are getting it confused, that they're saying, oh yeah, we're just not running. We're not getting anything in the run game. We're not even trying, Jeff. When you're giving Ascengenti 6 carries, that means he's getting 1.25 carries a freaking quarter every 15 minutes or 12 minutes.
If we were averaging 47 points a game, we'd be undefeated right now. Because there's nobody that scored more than that against us.
James, why are we freaking using Ascengenti in the screen game and quick outs and not giving him the ball and handing it off and letting him run downfield? Well, tell me, in your mind, when you're watching this game and you see the Raiders, okay, because this is what they started doing in order for them to like get away from the pass rush, right? The pass rush was so immense that next thing you know, they start throwing the screen game. Why are we sitting there throwing it to him in the flats and an extension of the run and not just giving him the rock and letting him pound it up the middle or do something different in order to get play action to work? Can you tell me? Can somebody give me something? Because I'm telling you, this makes no sense. James, are you playing cards?
15 to 16 points a game. Average is ridiculous. What are you doing?
He's playing cards.
We can hear everything that you're doing on your desk, like the bags crinkling, the cards flipping. I'm like,
look, man, this is fucking. It's like I'm getting ready. You know what I mean? Because it's like watching the Raiders.
What? I'm waiting for you to fucking chime in and say anything.
Because watching the fucking Raiders right now, it's like being on an episode of goddamn 60 Days In. That's why. It's like being in fucking prison. You're sitting in this fucking cement square with no fucking windows, and you get 1 hour to go on the yard, and it's just fucking horrible. That's exactly what we're going through. My mind is in a mental Geno Smith fucking prison right now.
It's funny to me when people keep telling me that the line is crumbling every single time we hand it off to Genti. We handed it off 6 fucking times. 6.
So actually 8 times in total, 2 to Mostert. So Genti had 6 carries for 7 yards by the end of the game. He had a long run of 11 yards. So it just goes to show you that he had carries where they were negative yards. So there's no telling what his true number really was. Like, what was his highest positive before those negative plays hit? We already know he technically lost the yard on that safety, because they don't go by inches. So it's going to be a yard or a half yard, however they decide it, But look at the other plays where they were out in the middle of the open field and he got crushed right as soon as he gets the ball in his hand. So for him to have a long run of 11 yards and he ends the game with 7 yards positive.
This is Jeff, and this is why we keep saying there's one person in charge of this. Your run game coordinator and your offensive line. And this is what you're telling me that your best run plays are? And again, don't tell me, hey, oh, we're doing our best and we're out there to win games. When you're obviously not. Your offensive line doesn't know who to block.
I stopped.
Your coaches don't know how to coach.
I can't even handle his bullshit stuff at the end after the games. It's almost like he had blinders on the whole game when he starts talking about it. It's like I said this when you were on last night with Jay, right? And I think I asked it in the chat if you guys had seen the pregame interview by James, the pregame interview with Geno Smith, Jason Kelsey, and what's his name, Ryan, out on the field before the game started, like about 45 minutes before the game. Geno was out there in shorts and a t-shirt throwing the ball around with them and talking. And they're asking him all kinds of questions, but they're asking him the questions as if he's this great leader of the team and he's all this talented quarterback and everything. And I'm listening to these questions, and in my head, it's like I'm answering truthfully what he should be answering. And he's not going to come out and say, I suck and this and that. But it's like, how can you sit there and do an interview like this and just put on this facade that you're all this in a bag of chips when you ain't worth shit, when you've done nothing but throwing interceptions? They're talking about, you're an extremely talented quarterback, and how's it been this year, blah blah. It's like, motherfucker, he's got 12 interceptions on 11 touchdowns. Why aren't you asking him shit? Talk about him in the right frame here. Don't come out and bullshit people. Don't interview him then. Put someone else out there. Bring Brock Bowers out and talk to Brock Bowers, or bring Max out, somebody that's done something positive on this team. Don't bring out one of the worst players on the roster and ask him all these goddamn questions where he's answering them as if he's this greatest thing on the team. Are you shitting me? I sat here in disbelief watching this. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are they asking him this stuff? He's not going to answer it the way that he really should, because he ain't anything like any of the questions they're asking him. It was a joke. It was an absolute joke. And that's as bad as those softball questions these reporters ask, all these post-game interviews, or even the press conferences during the week. The questions are ridiculous. Ask them the tough questions. These guys, these reporters, they wouldn't last 2 seconds in a East Coast market like New York or Philly, because you start asking those questions, reporters around you are going to be like, what the fuck are you asking them those weak ass questions for? Ask them some meat and potatoes shit. It's like these guys don't want to lose their jobs in Vegas or something. I don't know what it is. It's like nobody's got a set of balls in those press conferences.
You know what? I'm going to challenge that one, because I'm going to tell you like this. Hondo asked Pete Carroll a question about his anemic offense and how pathetic it's been this year and how it hasn't grown.
When did he ask him that?
This last press conference.
Oh, I didn't I told you I'm done watching them. I can't watch them anymore.
So he asked him. And Pete Carroll literally comes out and goes, I don't understand the question.
All right, now I got to go watch it now just because of that.
Literally. Me. So you're telling me that you don't understand how pathetic your offense was last year and how incredibly worse it is this year. And you're going to tell me that you don't understand the question? Pete Carroll, I'm going to make it real quick for you and real easy. Your offense sucks. You suck on offense. You can't score points. You can't give your defense any rest at all. You can't get a first down if you freaking paid for it. Tell me what you think. Why is it that you can't get your shit together, Pete? That's the question. That's literally why we're looking at the same thing, Jeff, from Geno Smith. Geno Smith comes out and throws out these mythological lies, comes out like this, oh, I'm the leader of the offense. You ain't the leader of shit, because ain't nobody going to follow a loser. And ain't nobody going to follow a guy with that type of body language. And then when you're out there on the field, you're not a leader. I wouldn't put a penny on you. Don't come out here and say
believe you.
blame.
I agree with you 100%. It's just, when I started this YouTube thing a little over a year ago, August of last year, right, when I started the Raider content stuff, and I saw how fast I took off and had the following that I did, and one of the things was I got in it at the right time because the season was such a disaster and there was so much to talk about because of all the fucked up things was going on with the team and the direction the team was going in and everything. I thought that was going to be like a 1-year anomaly. Like I just caught it at the right time. Now here we are, a year plus now removed from when I started this journey, and this team is worse.
Absolutely.
There's more shit to talk about now than there was last year. And last year there was a shit ton of stuff to talk about how bad this team was. But then it started to right a little bit with the bye week, and it changed things, and the team looked a little bit more enthusiastic. Let's put it this way. I'm going to say enthusiastic because once Getsy was gone, the team went through a different phase after that. They looked like they were happy to be there. Nobody looks happy. I saw clips today of Max Crosby's interview after the game last night. He couldn't even look up at the cameras. He was just looking down, and somebody asked him something about the offense, and he's like, you need to go and ask them. You can see the frustration from him. He doesn't want to be in this situation anymore. That this whole team is just, nobody's got an answer.
I'm going to tell you like this, Jeff. Last night was the first time I've ever seen Max Crosby so upset that I thought he was going to quit the team.
Oh, he looked miserable last night, and I don't blame him.
Jeff, he gave the ball, the offense on the 12-yard line. We couldn't get one single yard because we want to throw the ball with Geno Smith.
Hey, he's our top quarterback. How pathetic is it?
And don't tell me, Chip Kelly, that you're sitting here trying to score points. Because that's not the way you do it. You run the football from the 12. And you use the play action game there. You stretch the field horizontally, not vertically.
It's like we should have done when we were backed up to our 6-inch line. Should have just done a small dump off pass somewhere.
We have Brock Bowers. Tell me that he cannot just go down there and get a rebound position and body somebody up, put him on his backside, and then go get it, go up and get it. But we don't do it. We have
a running back. Sense. Why would you do that?
Jeff, we say that we are trying to win games. We say that we're trying to do the right thing and put our guys in the right position to win games, but we consistently fail to do that. It's horrid. You cannot tell me that Chip Kelly has come out one time and answered any question that says, hey, Chip, why is your offense so pathetic? Why can't you get a first down? Why are you so horrendous in the red zone? Why are they paying you $6 million if you can only score 15 points on offense and 2 touchdowns? What is the difference between you and Luke Getsy? Because I see none.
No. All right. So Jack wants me to read his question. I missed it. It says Raiders let go of Spillane, Hobbs, Warren. This is regards to where I said Patrick Graham, I'm done with him, and all that shit, right? And then he said, well, we're in a cover 3 and blah, 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 right? So Raiders let go of Spillane, Hobbs, Mooring, Jack Jones, traded Bennett, Diablo gone. It's a brand new defense, and they play a different defense. Because that's what he's basically saying why there's no reason for PG to be on the hot seat.
So, and I'll hit you with this, okay? Or who was it that had that question?
Jack Kenna.
Okay, Jack.
Kenna.
So, Jack, while you're correct that we let players go and we let high caliber players go, it is your job as a coordinator to put your defense or your offense in the best position. And PG, I'm not going to say that he hasn't this year. He has put this defense in correct positions, have given this offense plenty of times to win games. We have talked about it. Last game, we talked about, hey, you know what? We're seriously 3 field goals away from being a 5-and-something team. But you can't tell me that this is because of the defense. You got to tell me, hey, you know what? The defense is the only ones that are coming out here and doing it. The offense is the one that continuously has disappointed us. So, hey, while PG has let those guys go, and you're correct, he's done the things that are absolutely needed to keep this defense playing at the level that they are right now. I like what he said, man. I'm like, he let all those guys go. But at the end of the day, he's doing the right thing. Chip Kelly can't even figure out his head from his ass. I'm just going to say it.
Well, one of the things before the game started last night, I was kind of intrigued to see how it was going to play out, was the Snowden starting instead of Kuntz. All right. Did I see a difference? Yeah, 49 was kind of all over the field for the most part. I did see him moving around a lot more than what I would see from Kuntz. So I just looked up the defensive stats from last night, right? Kuntz doesn't have a single stat in here. Not a tackle, not an assist, no sack, no interception. Not that Snowden did much, but he still has 1 tackle and 1 assist. So because Kuntz was out there. Kuntz was out there quite a bit too, in like a rotational.
So
but
you're right.
Again, still didn't see shit on him. Nothing.
So you're absolutely correct. I'll be like, Snowden was out there. He showed more effort, showed more heart in the time that he was out there.
Yep.
Malcolm Kuntz. And
can we 49 you saw him sideline to sideline all game long. Wasn't in on the play, but he was still moving around.
And here's my thing, Jeff. We're giving that guy an opportunity, and that's what he's showing us that he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not giving the young guys opportunity on the offensive line to show us what they can do? Because obviously Putnam is showing us what he can do is be on his ass all game long and getting work like a chump.
Yeah. You know, and you said at the beginning of the show that with like Caleb Rogers, you know, I was excited last week, you know, because they had come out that he was probably going to be the starter. We were going to give him a chance to start, blah, blah, blah. I was like, this is great. Get this kid out there. Let's see what this kid can do. I'm intrigued. I want to see this kid on the field in game time decision, not just in preseason. You know, I want to see him out there against the ones. I want to see what he can do against Williams. You never know. And then come Sunday, and then yesterday morning, it's like, oh, he's inactive. Like, what the fuck? He's been talked about being the starter all week long. Now, all of a sudden, Parham's going to play. So we won't need to move the line around. But we're going to do a healthy scratch on Caleb Rogers and bench him. So he's not going to play. He's not going to dress. But we're going to put Putnam at center and move Meredith to right guard instead. What? Why? It just blows my mind. What made them change their mind such last minute after they've been praising this kid and saying he's going to start, and then just rip the rug right out from underneath them and everybody that's in the kid's corner.
This is why I keep saying that Brennan Carroll is a problem.
Clickbait. It was.
We literally keep going back and forth with developing guys, and this is going to mess with them. This is going to mess with their mentality. This is going to mess with their growth. And third of all, Brennan Carroll was the shittiest offensive line coach in the whole league. And you cannot tell me otherwise. Jeff, do you even have the statistic of how many sacks we've given up this year? You happen to know?
I can get it.
Can you look that up? I'll be like, I want to know how many sacks we've given up this season. And where do we rank? Because if you're going to tell me that Brendan Carroll is a successful O-line coach and that this run game should be successful because of him, I'm seriously debating what you're thinking.
Tell you in a second. Searching it right now. Let me see. Oh my God. I just did it based on the last 5 years. It actually just changed it from 20 to okay. So last year, 2023, it was okay. Sacks allowed by the Raiders regular season over the last 5 years. So 2023, 40, 2024, 50. Right now, we're on pace for 52.
There's no way that we're on pace only for 52.
No, that's not right. That can't be right. Hang
We
on.
gave up 6 last game, and 4 this game. That's 10 in 2 games.
Just checking that 2025 again. Well, it's saying 31 sacks in 10 games. Yeah, 31 times.
31 times.
Yep. So far this year.
Oh, so we've been sacked 31 times. That's
still
3 sacks a
in 10
game.
games. That's
3 sacks a game, Jeff.
That's like a 3.2 or 3.1 per game. So yeah, so 3 sacks a game.
So 3 times 17, because that's the whole thing for the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
51 sacks.
What I said, 52 basically.
So Jeff, tell me, where in the world do you see any success on that O line when you're giving up that amount of sacks?
The only success we have is the 2 guys that can give us the success are both injured, and both are probably done. One's definitely done for the season. The other one may still be done for the season, because I don't see any point in bringing Miller back, even if he's 100% healthy. Why? For what? For him to possibly get injured again at this point? No.
Oh, Brendan Carroll's an idiot.
For next year.
Brendan Carroll's an idiot.
People, they're saying like, oh, he could be back by the end of the season. Why? Why are you going to chance either one of them at this point? They're the best 2 guys you got. At least you got an anchor on one side and the guy in the middle that you can count on. And pray to God that Glaze gets better comes next year, because he's trash this year. Well, not trash, but he's bad this year.
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to give you the Pete Carroll answer. Jeff, we're still trying to win games.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're out there trying to win. You see it out there every play. We're giving maximum effort. That's exactly what Pete Carroll's going to say. Why Colton Miller goes back into the game, which would be the most moronic, idiotic thing that he can do this year. Right now, Jeff, I'm really starting to debate if we don't start just benching players and saying, hey, you know what? I just can't have you get injured for next year.
No.
And I get it. Nobody wants to call it at game 10. But Raider Nation, where are we going? Unless we go on a straight 7-game winning streak, we ain't going nowhere. And tell me that you see the Raiders winning the next 7 games in a row.
Oh, hell no. I told you that we're not going to win another game. There ain't no way we're going to win 7 for the rest of the season. Absolutely not. If we do it, it takes some sort of miracle from God and every other religious icon out there saying prayers for this team that I have even a smidge of hope of winning every game out from here on out. No way. No way.
Exactly.
So whatever your religion is, everybody better pray at the same time if that's what you think is going to happen, because I don't see it happening. Not with the talent we got. Absolutely not. Look, we haven't even touched this subject yet. Here's one subject I want to make sure we talked about tonight, and we haven't even touched it. How bad was our secondary yesterday against those two wide receivers and Ferguson? Those guys were all over the field, catching anything and everything that was anywhere near them and just ate us up. That was, I knew that was going to happen because I called that last week on the Raider Connection. I said it over the weekend. I said the one thing that does scare me, yes, their defensive line against our shitty offensive line, but our secondary against those three guys are going to have a field day. And what happened? They had a field day.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jeff. Every single team circles the Raider game on their schedule because that is going to be a turnaround point for their season. If you are struggling on offense, you're going to have an offensive explosion. If you're struggling on defense, you might get 6 sacks and 2 turnovers. This is the type of team that we have, my brother. And this is why people are saying that we are now that get good game, that get right game. Every single team that comes into our stadium, every single team that we go and play, we go in there and show absolutely how pathetically we are being taught, coached, brought up, whatever you want to call it. Because at the end of the day, every single time we put out a product, my brother, it comes out looking like a big ass pile of shit. And we ain't never stacked shit so high, Jeff. I'll be like, right now, we are super deep. I love it, man. I love this team. I love what it stands for. But at the end of the day, what Pete Carroll has done, what Chip Kelly has done, and what this whole team has done to this point is the biggest pile of crap I have seen in the past 5 or 6 years since they've been in Vegas. This is the worst coach team.
Oh, without a doubt. So just to put it in perspective on what those 3 particular guys did against us, right? So Pickens, 11 targets, 9 catches, 144 yards, and a touchdown. A long play of 37. CeeDee Lamb, 7 targets, 5 catches, 66 yards, a touchdown, 23 yards, longest pass. Ferguson, granted, didn't have a lot of yards, but he had 5 targets, 4 catches, 16 yards, and a touchdown. His long was 7 yards. But he's a tight end. You don't expect him to have huge numbers. Usually he does, though, because I've got him on my fantasy teams, and he usually does pretty damn good for me. So their 3 main guys, basically they're triplets on the receiving side of the thing, each had a touchdown apiece. So Pickens finished 1, Lamb finished 2, Ferguson finished number 4. Number 5, Lupke, who's a running back, 3 catches, 36 yards. And then after that, it was all like 1 catch per. Like everybody was talking about Turpin being an issue too yesterday, but he only had 1 catch for 0 yards. So their top 4 guys did a number on us against our secondary, and it's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Our secondary has more holes
200 yards receiving just from Pickens and Lamb alone.
Jeff, our defense has more holes than Swiss cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, at the end of the day, we saw players getting abused. We saw Palomao get sucked up. The guy ran right past him. They throw it right over his head. Yeah. You see Ty Blue Kelly get used and abused by Pickens.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it was so pathetic. It looked like we were not even a college team trying to guard these.
We could beat some college teams, to be honest with you.
100%. And I'm going to tell you like this. Pete Carroll can say, oh, Ty Blue Kelly had a great game last game. But this is just like
last night he didn't.
Hey, this is like those NBA players when they come out and they say, hey, man, I was guarding Kobe Bryant and I was having a good game. I think it was Amon Shumpert. And then he came up to me in the 4th quarter and he said, you had a good game. and he turned up in the fourth. George Pickens came up to a freaking Ty Buckley, and he's like, hey, you had a good game last game. But now you are going to cover George Pickens, and you're going to remember my name. And I'm going to tell you, man, right now, Ty Blue Kelly's having nightmares. Seeing George Pickens catch every pass and run right past him.
Was that the reason why? I know it was coach's decision. Was that the reason why Pickens and Lamb were not out there for the first series? I had figured it had to be something. And that's the other thing. Not only did they do that damage in the game, they weren't even out there the first series.
Exactly.
The first series, they sat and they watched.
Exactly.
And they still came out later on and just kicked our ass.
Our team is so bad that players can go out.
Walk through. Okay, I didn't know that. I figured it had to be something along that line.
I'll tell you like this. Our team is so bad that players can go out and party all night, show up late to the walkthrough, and still have 150 yards catching a touchdown and look like a straight out MVP.
Yeah.
That is exactly what we look like.
That's a free agent that I wouldn't mind having on this team comes next year. But do you think Pickens wants to come here? Oh, hell no. And people are like, oh, he's a troublemaker. I'll take a troublemaker. We need somebody like that on our team. We need attitude. Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir. Hey, guys, what I want you guys to do right now is click that like, share, and subscribe button. I want you to hit up on my boys, Red and Jeff. I want you to make sure you guys log in. Hey, I'm the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Love y'all. Hey, go ahead, Jeff. Sorry, bro. We haven't done one in a while.
Yeah, I know, right?
And you know what, Broncos Maniac? Raiders suck? Yeah, we suck. We can say that. We suck. We are terrible. But guess what, Broncos Maniac? You guys are going to go into the playoffs and lose in the first round, second round. So keep believing and get your ass out of here.
All right. So I went through. I got to make sure this is right because it doesn't feel right. I went through each game for the sack total. So 4, 8. So that's 10. That's 14. 18, 19.
Jeff, our O-line is so bad, you and I can go out there and have a pair of sacks in a game.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that right now. They would forget to block one of us, and we would just walk right in like half the other teams do.
How many did it say? 4. Okay, 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1. All right, so 29 sacks right now. Exactly. So it's saying we had 4 sacks. The Patriots got us 4 times in that week one. Okay, so 4 sacks that week. The Chargers sacked us 3 times. The Commanders sacked us 5. Chicago had 0 on us. Indianapolis got us 4 times. Tennessee twice. Kansas City only got us once. And we got blown out in that game. So we weren't on the field much. So we only had the ball. We were only out there for 17 minutes in that game. Denver had 6 against us on the Thursday night game. And then Dallas just had 4. So we gave up 10 sacks in our last 2 games. 6 on Thursday night and 4 on Monday night. What was our other primetime game? Oh, the Chargers. So we had, in primetime games alone, we had 13 sacks against us.
And that's the thing. Anytime we play on any primetime game, hey, we're going to make sure the other team looks prime time. That's what the Raiders do, Jeff. We say, hey, look, it's a primetime game. We got to make sure we go out there and look like shit. Make the other team look good.
What's up, Coach? I hope they're one and done. I hope they don't drag this out for a few years. Being good. Yeah, our O-line is like 7-11, always open, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, if you guys want to support the page, man, make sure that you guys follow the Silver and Black Radio podcast. Click that like and share and subscribe button. Click that little bell button. And also, guys, we have the Silver and Black Radio podcast.com. We just got that thing going. You're going to see all the links for all our podcasts. We're going to have Raider Jeff doing his thing on there. You'll see all his you'll have his content. Then you'll also see all the flyers that we put out on here on there, so that way you guys have one place to get all the content that we're putting out and all the information, man.
Let me see. I picked a bad season to come back and try and watch this season. Yeah.
I mean, but it's been bad every season, Jeff, and that's the thing. I think that's why Raider Nation is so tired, and that's why everybody's so frustrated. Right now, man, we don't see anything. It's like we keep digging and we just keep digging and digging, and then we keep digging our hole deeper and deeper and deeper, and we're never going to get out of it. Raider Nation is just looking for a semblance of hope, something a little bit to hang on. Jeff, we have nothing to hang on to right now. There's nothing positive that we can say. Every single time we talk about it, look at this, man. Look how frustrated I still am. It's fucking Monday at 8:00. It's been 24 hours, and we're that pathetic that we literally look at the film, and every single time we look at the film, all we see is mistakes that anybody on an elementary school team can see, and then we don't make any adjustments. Nothing, Jeff.
We've got nothing to make adjustments with. That's the other problem. You know,
there you go.
What are you going to do for personnel change to have an impact on the team? Like, say at halftime, when you normally would do like a major adjustment, because all right, you're either losing or you're winning at this point at the halftime. Okay, so you're losing, you're down by 2 scores. What do you got for personnel on this roster that's there and active that day that you're going to switch up? That's going to give you that chance to possibly win. You can't make any correct. There's nothing. There's nothing. Jeff, offensive line, especially. There's no depth. That's the other problem. We got no depth. There's still the problem of no depth. And depth is going to take another season or 2 before we get true depth where we can just shift guys in and out. Look at Philly. Philly's a perfect example. Why do you think they let Booker go in that trade? He was number 3 on their depth chart for his position. Comes here and he's a fucking starter. That's how good he is. That's how deep they are. That's what you call depth. That's what you call setting your team up for the future and not setting your team up for failure. That's the team that's well run right now. They may not look it every week, but they've got depth. They can switch guys in and out easily, and they don't miss a beat. We switch out Max, that defense is done. You can't even give him a break. No wonder he doesn't come off the field, because he's the best player you got to put out there. You take him out for a series or 2, forget it. You just gave up 6 points, guaranteed. Guarantee it. You ain't going to get no pressure on no quarterback. And even when he's out there, he's not getting pressure on a consistent basis.
Because he's tired. So I'm going to put it like this, Jeff. You asked me a question of, hey, we don't have any guys on the bench. We don't have any guys to make changes. Right? I know. I feel you on that one, Elon. But I'm gonna hit you with this, Jeff.
What's up, Roseanne? Yeah.
Well, I feel like you're correct that we don't have like any guys with a big name. I feel like we keep badgering these rookies and keep pigeonholing them and keep saying that they're not ready. Why can't we see what they got? Why can't we say, hey, we already saw Putnam, and we already talked about it, how Putnam got worked. We already see what Dylan Parham had. We have already seen all these other guys. Why can't we put these rookies out there to get some rip, to get some burn, to see what we have? Because we don't know what we have. This team has literally stayed stale, doing the same thing, trying to get a different result, and we've talked about it. That is the definition of insanity.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Expecting a different outcome, but doing the same thing over and over again.
Tell me that we've made any changes. We haven't made any changes in our game plan. We say, oh, we're making all these changes in personnel, but the personnel aren't being put where they work. We're putting where Brendan Carroll thinks that they should go, which he's such an offensive line guru. I'd be like, let me see his resume on that. Yeah, probably deeper than mine, but I'm telling you like this, it ain't very deep for the league.
No.
At the end of the day, though, here's where it becomes difficult, Jeff. When are we going to be able to see these young men get a return and to see what they have and say, hey, you know what? We have to make this look for the future. We're looking at it for next year. We know we're not going to make the playoffs.
No.
Yeah, we're not making the playoffs this year. And if Pete Carroll thinks we're going to make the playoffs,
We're not even going to get out of the basement of our own division, let alone playoffs.
where's my Jim Mora voice?
Playoffs. Playoffs.
Talking about the playoffs. That's
Well,
exactly.
All right, so we're 2-8 right now. Okay, so we already know we're not going anywhere. We're pretty much eliminated from making the playoffs. So from this point on, this is where it becomes evaluation time, folks. Which means you get these rookies out there. Which means if it means you have to sit Lockett on his ass, then sit him on his ass because he ain't going to be here next year. You have to get ready with these rookies. You need to let these guys play every goddamn play that's out there. And that means your guards, your tackles. That means Grant, and that means Caleb Rogers. You get their asses out there. You evaluate what they can do. Win or lose, it doesn't matter at this point. If we lose, we lose. If we win, great, we win. It's evaluating the talent because God knows with the NFL Players Association rules and everything else involved, teams can't practice like they used to. So you're not getting enough out of the in-season practices like you do or like you used to. So they're not out there hitting everybody. They're walking around in shoulder pads and shorts and helmets, or just helmets and shorts mostly. So they're getting walkthroughs and run-throughs, but not making any physical contact. That doesn't help. You need to get these guys out there in true playing situations. And let's evaluate these two offensive linemen that we drafted. Let's see what Darian Porter can do. Start him on the defensive side where he's supposed to, start him now. Betch and Thornton, get them out there. Let them be out there with, say, Tucker, bench Lockett, get the old man off the field. Do what you got to do with these guys. God damn it. And if it means benching Gino and starting Pickett, AOC 12, or bring fucking Cam Miller, whatever you got to do. I don't give a shit. Evaluate what's on your roster going forward. You already know what these older guys that have been here for a while can do. You already know what your offensive line's got. They got nothing. You can't tell me that either one of these two rookies aren't maybe a hair better or just maybe right around the same level as them. If they're the same level as them and not above them, then why the hell aren't they out there anyway? If they're equal to those guys that are starters now, then get them off the field and give these guys the playing time.
Jeff, you should be the head coach right now. You are absolutely correct. We have now hit the period for player evaluation.
Yep.
I do not want to see a 34-year-old Tyler Lockett with a receding hairline out there trying to catch passes from Geno Smith with those tight old braids that are way too tight for his brain to function. I want to see, hey, what do we got in Jack Bench? I want to see, hey, give me the ball with Ashton Genty, the first round draft pick. I want to see the two guys that we've been sitting on the bench all year long that Pete Carroll keeps telling me they're not ready. Well, guess what, Pete Carroll? Putnam's not ready. Jordan Meredith is not ready. Nobody on that offensive line is ready. So get out there and put the guys up and put them where they're supposed to be and give them a shot. Show them what they can do. And guess what? At the end of the day, at least you can say, I saw what we need. I can see what we need to draft. I see the things that we need to do in order for this team to be successful next year. Because what we're doing right now is just stupid. We're going to be out there, leaving our starters out there, not seeing what these guys can do, not seeing what the future of this team can be. And we're going to sit here and do the same freaking thing and end up in insanity. And you're right, man. This is exactly why we do this. And we put the bag on all game long because what we're seeing is absolute trash.
my version of my insanity. You put the backpack. You ripped it too. My version of insanity, and this happens every goddamn time. I'll put on the NFL Network. This could be during the week, during the day, and out of nowhere, boom, Tuck Rule game's on, and like an idiot, I sit there and I watch it. And my level of insanity is, and this actually, the thought goes through my head. I sit there and I go, oh, I'm going to watch this. Maybe the outcome will be different on this one. It's like the thought goes through your head. Like, maybe if I watch it, maybe the outcome will be different and we actually win this time. Because that's what your mind wants to think, because you saw it happen live. You know, I wasn't there for that game, but it's still instilled in my head that that didn't really happen. Maybe if I watch it this time, they'll really show what happened, you know, and maybe I can like video it or something and improve people. See, it did happen. We did win that game. That's the level of insanity that I'm at sometimes when that game comes on, you know, and like you said, it's repetition of doing the same thing, but expect getting the same results. That's the definition of insanity. And that's what I do. I turn the TV on and put it on that, and that fucking game comes on, and I'm like sitting here like an idiot watching it. Like it's gonna be different, but it's not.
And this is the definition of insanity for Raider Nation right now. And this is the point of frustration, is that we continuously keep doing the same thing. We don't change anything, and we keep losing. And this is why we have to wear brown paper bags on the freaking podcast, because guess what? We got to do it during the game because we got to be incognito.
And see, for you guys living in other parts of the country, around here, that game is always talked about. Anytime somebody talks to me in person about the Raiders, that's the first fucking thing that comes up is the goddamn snow game. Because obviously I'm a Raiders fan, and around here they're mostly Pats fans, and I live in New England. That always comes up. That like they expect me to not respond to them. Usually my response is go fuck yourself. That's usually the first thing I'll say when they say, oh, what about the tuck and tuck rule? How about you go fuck your face with a brick, you prick? Get out of here. I don't even want to fucking talk to you now. You know, it's shit like that. It's just aggravating. You guys live wherever you live. You don't have to deal with that shit. You know, I have to deal with this all the time. It could be in the middle of summer. It could be 100 degrees outside, and somebody brings up the snow game. It's like, why are you bringing that up now? You know? Like,
I'm going to tell you like this, Jeff. Freaking Predator just said that I'm a super fan with this bag on. I am not a super fan. I am literally the Raiders mascot right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bad. I'm bag man. Remember the name.
Don't have a mascot. Will's it now.
Raider Bagman. Raider Bagman. Let it be known.
Vincent, as far as the schedule for my podcast, I don't really have it. Well, I kind of do. I guess I would say I have it. I'm on every day. Let's put it that way. I do every day except for Sunday. So I'm on today. Monday, I usually do a Monday morning quarterback show with one of my co-hosts, Chris. But I do this show every Tuesday night along with Will, James, who was here but left, and Leo, who's driving back from Vegas, so you couldn't be on the show tonight. So we do this show. Then Wednesday night, I'm on the show with Leo, Nate, and Jay. Jay's in the chat, I believe. Just Raiders, baby. We do the Raider Connection on Wednesday nights, and then Thursday night, I'm on with my guy LV Raider 10. We do our own show, Raiders Coast to Coast. Starts at 9. Tomorrow night's show is at 9 Eastern. Everything's Eastern time. And then Friday night, the Friday night is the one that I do that I have the most fun with, because Friday night show it's a free-for-all, basically. About 20 minutes in, we'll put the link up, and anybody can come in, get on camera. Even if you don't want to be on camera, but you want to be on microphone, you can just blank your screen out like this, and you can just talk if you want to. You know, it just allows you to put your voice instead of having it being in the chat. So we open it up to anybody and everybody. Will's been on there many times with us on a Friday night, chop it up, and we'll talk Raiders football. We'll talk other teams. Shit, we've talked about food. We've talked about accents. You name it, we talk about it. So Friday night's a really fun night. And Saturday night I'm on with Raiders Last Call. We preview the game coming up, and then we talk a little bit about the game prior to. So that's my schedule. I don't have it like you can't click on a calendar and find it. You know what I mean? It's like, but yeah, I'm usually on every day except for Sundays. Sundays, when the Raiders are playing on Sunday, I'm with my chapter up in Chicopee, Mass, watching the games with them. Will's a super fan. I love it. Hey, Jeff, I'm in Central Mass. Yeah, we go to Chicopee. Be easy. It's over in the Springfield area. I don't know how far you are from there, but I live in Rhode Island. So it takes me a little over an hour, about an hour and a half roughly to get there from here, depending on traffic. But that's where the chapter for the Black Hole that I'm the president of, that's where it originated from, was in Chicopee. That's where the majority of the members are. So I go up there and spend, the games up there, watching them with them at Buffalo Wild Wings in Chicopee, Mass. So if you guys are up that way, I mean, come on down. The game's a 4:05 game this Sunday. We'll be there. We're doing a food drive. So any non-perishable goods, bring them in on Sunday. We're getting them to a soup kitchen that has a food pantry also right there in Chicopee for the homeless.
He says he's in Worcester.
It's Worcester.
Yeah, whatever.
Worcester's a sauce. Worcestershire.
Well, it sounds like Worcester.
Of course it does. Let's see.
But
so I appreciate you stopping in, though. Thanks for the question there, Vincent. Yeah, make sure you get over to the 2 channels. There's 3 of us actually streaming. It's I'm 401 Raider Jeff. We've got Will from Silver and Black Podcast on here with me. The other one is Chidolinus. That's Leo. He's also streaming. I couldn't set up his Facebook one. He has to reconnect it and wouldn't let me do it. But yeah, I stream here, Facebook, X, and I'm doing been using Kick for a little bit now too. Yeah, Predator, he's been in the show. I've been on with us on Friday nights too. Friday nights is fun, man, because it's loud, but yeah, Apicasi was on for a little while Friday night too. That was a good time.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, if you're in Worcester, you're literally, I go straight up 146, and just before I get to Worcester, I jump on the Mass Pike and head out that way. So Worcester's only like 20 minutes from my house. It's easy to get to from here.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, he did. That's what I like about AI when he comes in, man. You just ask him a simple question, and he just runs with it. That's what I love about him. The guy's passionate about the team. He doesn't even live in this country. He's in fucking Australia.
Yep.
He's as far removed from this team as possible. Which anybody going to the Chargers game, he's going to be out here. He's coming to the States for that game. I wish I could get out there for that one.
That'd be honest. Oh, she had the same paper bag, huh? Look at this, man. All you have to do is
double bag it, or was it a single bag?
Just to get a reminder, just call a Raiders fan.
My in-laws are from Mass. It's tuck rule every day. Oh, it is, right? Birthday party, holidays for me. Still rated out. Still talking shit. Still beer in hand. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It can't get away from it. And be easy. If you live around here, I'm sure you get it too, man.
Yep.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude, man. I wish I could meet him in person. I already met Will in person. Whatever. I'm done with him.
Yeah, me too. I'm done with that old guy. But y'all, hey, man, y'all heard some great stuff here tonight. Make sure that you guys get with the Philly chapter, TBH. Yes. They are going to be doing an amazing blackout. Jeff, can you run the flyers real quick?
Yep. So, this one first. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
go for it.
Friday night, 7 to 10 p.m. The meet and greet is going down in Philly, baby, at the Doubletree Hotel and Bar. That's right, the hotel that we have reservations for. That's not going to be pulled till the 30th. So make sure that you hit up Will with TBH or my boy Raider Jeff right over here to the left. He got the connections ready for y'all to go. Modelo giveaways while they last. We're talking 4509 Island Avenue, 19153. Then Saturday night, the most electric party that my boy Jeff and Will has put together that Philly will see for Raider Nation, baby. Saturday night at the Misconduct Tavern, 1801 John F.
Saturday afternoon, not midnight. Saturday afternoon.
From 12 to 4. My bad. Hey, 1801 John Kennedy F. Boulevard, Philadelphia, PA is going to be a rockin', baby, because you already know the Black Hole, Raider Jeff, our boy Will with Philadelphia knows how to throw it down. And if you want a Philly cheesesteak, the authentic stuff, not the fake stuff, make sure that the sign says cheesesteak. But the cheesesteak bar will be right next to the party place, and you know our boy Jeff will be definitely there snacking. So if you see our boy Jeff, you are at the right location. That's going to be going down at the cigar bar right next to it. It's going to be from 8 to 11 p.m., 1522 Walnut Street, Philadelphia, PA, baby. And y'all already know the Black Hole is going to be throwing down an amazing tailgate. Our boy Raider Jeff, our boy will have all that information out for you.
Don't forget the cigar bar.
And the cigar bar. That's
on
right.
Saturday nights.
8 to 11 p.m., baby.
We're doing two events on Saturday.
You know, hey, and if y'all know about the cigar bars and how we get down because you were there at Boston, y'all already know this one's going to be crunk. Hey, we will be writering it out, wilding out, and making sure, man, that this thing gets on and popping. It's going to be a great time. Raider Nation will be out in full force because we just don't care. We support this team through good and bad. And then guess what? It's a family atmosphere. And let's make sure that we are therapeutic together, man.
It's not so much about the game. It's about the camaraderie and the friendships you make at these events, man. And I made some great friends when everybody came out here for the New England Patriots game. And, you know, a lot of them are in the chat tonight, like, you know, Predator and Predatorette. You know, they both came out from Arizona. And
from Albuquerque.
Sorry, New Mexico. They came out from New Mexico. Mike from Raiders Against the World out in Cali, he came out. My boy Nate, LV Raider 10. Who I do a couple of shows a week with. He came out here. Will was out here. Navajo Joe on the go was out here. I mean, it was a shit ton of people that came out here. So Matty B was out here. He came out with you guys. You know,
bro,
so
we had
a good time, man. We had
Mike from Raw. I mean, like, we had everybody. And I'm going to tell you like this, guys. Just because our team is bad, and I get it, it's a tough time going to the game and seeing it. But know that when you go to the game, it's more than about the game. It's about the experience that you're getting with your brothers and your sisters with Raider Nation and the things that you're going to be able to do and see amazing things and eat some great food.
Vincent, I watched them too. Savage.
Sal,
and,
salute to my boy Sal, man.
I've been friends with them for a little over a year now, and they have a good show, man. They have a really good show. So I watched that one. And it's tough for me to watch that whole show because by the time they're getting ready to start winding down, like maybe within the last half, because my show on Wednesday night starts at 9, so they're still on when I end up leaving. So it's like I can't stay there for the whole show. But yeah, this show's pretty damn good. They do a lot of good stuff on that show. Doubletree, yeah, you got my. I want to pee. Oh, you want? Yeah, I know you want. I know who you're talking about, Frank. That kid wouldn't last 2 seconds with me. If I met him in person. Minute, that shit's gonna be a rager. Yeah, so we're doing they're doing two events on that Saturday. So we're giving you a 4-hour break. So from 12 to 4 at Misconduct, and then you get 4 hours off. So it's like a work day. You get 4 hours.
Why are you lying, Jeff? Why are you pulling a Pete Carroll right now? If we're going from 12 to 4 at Misconduct, y'all already know we're going to go from like 4 till like 11 at the cigar bar because Raider Nation is just going to be like, you know what, bro? We're already lit. We're already partying. Let's just go to the next location.
More than likely.
I
stay at the misconduct till about 3:30 or so, 4 o'clock, and then go grab something good to eat at Chase Cheesesteak, and then probably go back to the hotel for a couple of minutes, hang out, and then unless it's right now, I'd have to look on the map. I don't know how far the cigar bar is from the misconduct, but anybody that's going, I'll be there. So,
yes, sir.
And then we got the tailgate. We don't know the exact location of the tailgate yet. Once we do know the exact lot, it will be announced and we will put it out there, whether if we find out that night or that morning first thing, we will let everybody know for sure. I'm bringing my personal Raiders canopy, and I'm bringing the black hole one that I have, the good one. The other one I got to do something with. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Frame got fucking trashed.
Did it?
Well, they fucked it all up when they put it up. They snapped just about every support pole on that thing when they were setting it up.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, they weren't paying attention when they were doing it, so they didn't look at how it was supposed to really go, and they just kind of jammed it fast, and all the cross members on the side supports just snap, 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 snap. That's why they were all covered in electrical and duct tape, because they were such sharp pieces after that if somebody would have walked into it, it would have just pierced them right in the face, or would have ripped through the canopy. Like, I didn't want to ruin the canopy. That's still good, but the frame's fucked. You can't even do anything with it. So at least I still got the cover. The cover's good. I put that away. So, and I'm bringing my flat top down to the chapter one.
Nice.
So I told him, I said, I'll bring the flat top. Just make sure you got a propane tank for me, because I'm not traveling with a propane tank in the car all weekend long. My luck, they'll start developing a slow leak, and then they'll find me and the wife passed out in the car in the parking lot somewhere at a rest stop in the middle of Jersey somewhere. What happened? I don't know. That propane tank must have had a leak in it.
Hell no.
I don't know what's being set up for food yet. We're still working on that. So we got a lot of shit going on. So yeah, man, we don't hold back, man.
No, it's gonna be an amazing time.
Fluff and happy thoughts, then go watch Raider press conferences. If
100%.
you want to know what we really think about the team and the direction and certain players, then you're in the right spot.
Yep.
I don't sugarcoat.
You already heard.
I'm not sugarcoating anything. If it's on my mind, it's coming out of my mouth.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what you're getting with me.
Don't faze me one bit. I don't get paid by the team, so whatever. I might be a little bit more reserved on this show.
You are a little bit more reserved, and you know what? At the same time,
because of what this whole show encompasses, and I don't want to be that.
But we also do a lot. You know what, guys? And we keep it real. We keep it a buck, but we also keep it light, because we also see a lot of positive things that Raider Nation is doing, because we work with the clubs, we work with all the booster clubs that are working in your local community, and they're doing a lot of amazing things. While even though our Raiders are not, then we still got a lot of people in this community that do great things. So we love to bring a highlight to that, and that's what we do with the Black Hole. We try to do things in your local community and try to go out there and try to be positive, man. Like, we know Jeff got a turkey drive. We're doing a turkey drive. You got TBH Sacramento doing turkey drives. Guys, all these people are out there trying to work hard, trying to do things to bring positivity to Raider Nation. At this time, everybody knows that we need that. Just a little bit of positivity, man.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on what you just said too, but I want to address what Coach, I didn't even think about that either, to be honest with you. He says, something just hit me right now. He goes, people are concerned Shador is going to show out. He goes, I'm concerned about Judkins is going to make Genty look pedestrian. And until you said it, wasn't even thinking of it, but you are absolutely right. And that's just on the offensive side. We've already hit it earlier, but that's not even talking about what Myles Garrett's going to do to our offensive line. But yeah, getting back to what you said about Judkins, yeah. I'll tell you one thing. It's a good thing. Henderson in New England didn't step up until just now, because the way he's playing now, if he would have been like that at the start of the season, he would have destroyed us. What he's done in the last 2 or 3 games, he's already ahead of Genti in total yards.
Well, and that's the thing, though, Jeff. They're better. They're coached by Mike Vrabel.
It's not even a coach. It's their offensive line. They did what they needed to do. I said this before the draft, because people were talking about the Patriots. I said they're 2 positions away from improving this team. It's offensive line and getting a wide receiver. And what did they do? They brought in wide receivers, and they drafted 2 rookie offensive linemen that are both starting side by side, no less. You got a rookie starting left tackle and a rookie starting left guard. And look what this team's doing in the running game. Trevion Henderson looks like a fucking superstar. He looks amazing. And it took the fact that Ramondre Stevenson got hurt for Henderson to finally get that chance. And look what he's done. Look what Junkins has done since he's been active after he's served his little time off at the beginning of the season. Well, it wasn't really that. It was the fact they hadn't signed a contract too.
Yeah.
And those are one of the 2 guys I wanted at running back, not Genti, because I wanted to put our stock in offensive linemen and grab one of those 2 running backs. And look what they're both doing compared to what we ended up with. And it's not Genti. It's not the problem. Genti's not the problem. It's when we picked him without the proper line in front of him to make him what he should be. And until we do, he will never be what he's supposed to be, at least not while he's with us.
I will say like this. While I agree with you that, that's kind of going to be a thing, the problem is right now with Raider Nation that any team that comes here, their guys are going to look like superstars. Our offense is so pathetic.
Especially if they're tight ends. You know how we suck against tight ends.
We suck Jeff. We suck against anything.
Well, it's spread from
the Dallas Cowboys
owning us to everybody now.
Yeah, everybody's owning. The Dallas Cowboys just came in at 3-5 or 3-7-1 or whatever it is,
3-5-1.
They came in here and made us look like a junior varsity team. When one of the worst teams in the league, the 28th team in defensive rushing stops, right? They're against the rush, and you run the ball for 6 yards with your starting quarterback? Jeff, we are 100% pathetic. It doesn't matter who we line up against. We are going to look ridiculously bad, and this is not on Ashton Genti. This is the thing. We keep saying, oh, it's going to make Ashton Genti look like this. This is not on him. This is 100% on the coaching staff, 100% on the guys making the play calls that are sitting there making the same bad calls every game with no accountability. Sorry, bro.
All right. Real Cup says, how do you guys feel about Geno not going for the touchdown? And just
Jeff, oh my God.
I said it on the show. I said it during the game while we were live. I said it. I said, what? He had that all day long. What did he slide for?
Hey, this Jeff right here shows me the difference between a winner and a loser. Okay. When you want something, you are willing to put your body on the line no matter what the situation. If you put your head down and you get hurt, guess what? Raider Nation would sit there and be like, hey, man, that guy was trying. He would sit there. He gave maximum effort, and he got hurt. But to sit there and pull up and slide on a corner that's 185 pounds and you're 215 pounds, and you pull up like a freaking 12-year-old girl, how bad do you want it, Jeff? How bad do you want it? You really want to win?
Yeah. Says if you look back in the 60s and 80s, Raiders, mostly all of the starters were drafted by the Raiders. Yeah, true. You're not wrong.
But here's the thing.
But a lot of them also were castaways from other teams, too. They were cast-offs that we brought in and They just shined with us. You know,
And Jeff,
Alzado was one of them. Although Alzado was pretty damn good, even with the other teams. Plunkett's the one
talking
that
about
really
like Mike
stands
Haynes.
out.
Mike Haynes came
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
I'll
but
be
Mike
like,
Haynes was already a Pro Bowler. He came here because he had a chance to win a Super Bowl. That's the whole reason he came here, because he was already a great player here in New England. He was already a multi-time Pro Bowler and All Pro and all that crap. So it's not like he was a bum and then came here. He was really good. Like when we got him, that was the icing on the cake for us. That's what we needed, because then it was him and Lester Hayes teamed up together in the secondary, and we were just you couldn't do anything against those two.
absolutely.
Yeah, let's see. They didn't give Henderson the ball that much at first. He had over 5 a carry against us, but they didn't give him no, they didn't. But he just fired off, man, after that. Yeah, exactly. And the Redskins put 40 on us without Daniels. Yeah, our secondary is so bad.
I don't know if Gino needs to retire on this. I think Gino again is being misused by Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's trying to fit a freaking square freaking key into a round hole. And we keep trying to do this thing where you're like, oh, you're going to do it my way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you this, Jeff. Do you feel like Chip Kelly is a destructive force? It seems like every single team that he comes to, it's his way or the highway, and it comes back to being totally dysfunctional, and he gets fired. So why are we expecting this guy to come in here and make adjustments and make changes and try to make his players better when we expect him to come in with his scheme? His scheme ain't shit.
I got an answer for you on that, and it's a real easy answer. Because we've done it before, and it's that stigma. We do the same damn thing. This is remember your definition of insanity. Okay. Yep. What did we do? Who was the coach before EP?
Daniels.
Okay. And what was he before we brought him in as a head coach? What was he tried at once and didn't work?
Total shitbag up there in Denver.
He was a head coach in Denver and failed miserably.
Yeah.
Then we waited a few years, and we thought that he'd be okay this time. He'd be better. So what did we do? And our infinite wisdom as the Raiders organization, like, oh, he'll be fine now. Let's bring him in. He'll be our coach now. And what happened? Took a team that was playoff team, and dismantled it. Ran the wheels off of Josh Jacobs that year. Ran those wheels off of that boy. He was whooped by the end of the season. He ran so much. Leading rusher in the league by far, right? Ridiculous number of carries, everything. Stats out the ass, right? Yeah. And comes the next year. Oh, we barely even used him. Now he's gone. He's in Green Bay. Coach gets fired halfway through the season. So Chip Kelly, NFL head coach, been a coordinator, college head coach, gets fired, leaves after winning the national championship in Ohio. Oh, let's bring him here. Seems as though he's already failed in other colleges and other NFL teams as head coach and coordinator. Let's bring him here. Maybe it'll be different. No, it's the same goddamn shit. Hasn't changed. The players hate him. Okay. You watch any of those videos of the old Eagle players complaining about him and how he deals with them, how he talks down to the veterans and how he treats the rookies like shit, which is part of the reason why JPJ went through what he went through. The shit that he gave Genty at the start of the season until Genty finally said to him, fuck you, I'm doing it the way I want to do it, and did what he did, and his gameplay started to change. So that's the problem. We just stuck in this stupid ass cycle of bringing back these retreads, as I call them, retreaded coaches. Oh, this guy was good once before, but then he became a bum. Let's bring him back. Maybe we can reinvigorate him to be better. No, he's just as bad. But it also doesn't help when you can't. Let's put it this way. They didn't properly evaluate the talent on this team. You can't sit there and tell me that they evaluated the talent on this roster effectively to stick with what they stuck with for players coming back to this team and not cutting some of them, not dumping some of them off, letting some of the ones go in free agency that we let go, okay? Not re-signing certain ones. Now, granted, that a lot of that's on Telesco. 27 free agents at the end of last season on some of those contracts that should have been taken care of during the season or immediately after. No, we didn't do any of that. So now you're scrambling. What's going to happen this year? We're in the same boat, basically. We still got 20-plus free agents going into this offseason. A lot of them that were on one-year show-me-deal contracts. A lot of them aren't going to be coming back because they didn't show shit. And a lot of them aren't going to come back because who the hell wants to be here? Who wants to be here after this season? When everybody thought it was going to be better, it was worse. This is worse than last year. And we've got an established, proven head coach. We've got a proven, defensive coordinator that's been here for a few years. You got this guru offensive coordinator that comes in. You got this great quarterback coach who hasn't done shit in Olsen. Okay. Who's going to want to come back to this disaster? I wouldn't. If I'm a free agent, guess what? I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not sitting with this shit for another year.
So, Jeff, it's funny because you said, I saw a comment on here that somebody said the Raiders aren't playing like the Raiders. In my mind,
what are the Raiders supposed to play like?
In my mind, this is what the Raiders have been playing like the past 5 years. This is exactly the problem. The Raiders are playing like the Raiders. The Raiders are making the same mistakes, like you said, the definition of insanity. Making the same mistakes, going through the same process, going through the same hopes, and then going through the same failures.
Yep.
When I see Chip Kelly go out there, and I see Geno Smith, and I see this offense go out there, I see a lethargic, uncoordinated, discombobulated attack that we could say, hey, it's all on Geno. You're right. But I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't just on Geno. This is on the coaching staff and the organization from the top down. Because, Jeff, you don't end up in a shitstorm like this with just one guy saying, hey, I made this decision and I made a mistake. No, this is multiple mistakes at multiple levels. Like you said, look at our roster. Where did you see a corner that was going to shut down one side of the field, much less cover anyone? Where did you see a guy that you said, hey, I have a blue chip offensive lineman besides JPJ and Colton Miller, who then you decided to move around from position, and then one of them got hurt? Tell me where you had a blue chip wide receiver. You don't. You have 2 blue chip tight ends, and you don't use them. Where is Michael Mayer? Oh, we're going to come out of 12 personnel. That's why we have 2 tight ends, 1 back.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Guy we drafted in the 3rd round. Porter.
Where's Darian Porter?
He has a decent game against Denver in all sense of purposes, even though we've lost. Where was he this week? When you know what you had for receivers coming out to play against us, why wasn't he out there this week? He was out there. He got 2 assists, and that was it.
This is the thing.
Wasn't even involved in much of anything the entire game.
What did you see in Ty Blue Kelly all game to leave him in there that he had a fighting chance? He literally got used and abused.
Well, the stats tell you everything. Just look at what the receivers did against us. Look what Pickens and CeeDee Lamb did. That tells you exactly right there how our secondary was. They were trash. Granted, these aren't 2 slouch wide receivers either. These are 2 extremely talented wide receivers.
And we got exposed.
But all the more, we got exposed big time. All the more reason why you got to. How many times did you see either one of those 2 guys with at least 10 yards between them and the closest defender, or Kelly passing him off to the safety over the middle?
Hey,
but the safety's so far out of position when if he would have stayed on him, he would have been okay.
How many times was the slant open? The quick game was open every single time.
Yep.
We were playing soft as pillow shit.
What's up,
The
Moval?
coverage was 5 to 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. There's no man press. I'd be like, whatever happened to playing press man and using these long athletic corners, right? That freaking Pete Carroll is known for. Hi, Blue Kelly. Hell, I'd be like, he's small, non-physical, not long, and gets smoked all game long.
Yep. And here's the other thing. This is how you know your secondary got whooped, because you look at the leading tacklers in this game. Okay, Palomar was the top tackler with 4 tackles, 5 assists, so he had 9 in total. Devin White 3 for 7, 10. Kelly 3 for 2. Max Crosby 3 for 2. Your first defensive lineman is number 4 on this list.
Yep.
In Max Crosby, which means that it just goes to show you how much
Where's
they
your
have
linebackers?
to run. Yeah, the linebackers are invisible.
Where's your linebacker? Your linebacker
Robinson
should be your number 1 tacklers. Those are guys that are able to move without guys having being guys on them.
You know
should
where
be
they
the
are?
number 1.
Number 7 overall. Roberts was the 7th leading tackler in the game.
Unacceptable.
Yep.
Unacceptable.
Devin White was number 2. But after Devin White, you don't see another one until Landon Roberts. And after Roberts, you don't see another one until Jamal Adams. And he is number, where is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's 11th or 10th or 11th on the list.
Jesus.
Shit, even Trey Tucker shows up on here with 1.
That's pathetic.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? You know, and Steve says, I think Chip will be going after the season regardless of the money. I think so too.
I think so
His
too.
boy says, I've been screaming fire Chip Kelly all season.
No, hey.
You didn't get laughed
it's
at by
fun.
me. I just had no
Yeah.
comment at that point. Now I definitely, after the last couple of weeks, fuck him. I'm done with him. Success and failure both start at the top. Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, Kelly gave up 2 touchdowns. Mo Val's in the house. What's up, brother?
Salute.
Let's see. Exalted Born. Hey, what's up, man? Traded legacy for light, sold our pride for tourism. Brady, the tough
no.
new coach every year, no soul, sell the team, change the name. I'll tell you right now, if the only way I would
change the name, we're done.
Yeah, the only way I would not be a Raider fan is if the team, if it gets bought, like if he sells the team eventually and some conglomerate comes in and buys it and they move the team. I
ain't fucking wearing no fucking Twinkies on my shirt.
Yeah. If they change the name of the team, like, you know, the logo, the colors and all, see you later. I'm out.
But I'm going to tell you something here.
As soon as it's not the Raiders, I'm gone.
So, Jeff, here's what I don't like about this comment, right? This is the whole thing with the Raiders being in Oakland and all this other thing. We were losing in Oakland.
Yeah, we were.
Let's not get it twisted that we changed our freaking legacy for tourism, and like we've been sucking for years. So don't sit here and tell me that we were going to be winning in Vegas.
The last time we were anything competitive in Oakland was back in the early 2000s, outside of that 2016 season. Other than that, we weren't competitive. We were complete. Go look at that record in the last 20 years. We've only had 2 winning seasons. 2 winning seasons in the last 20 years. One of them was 2016, and the other one was a few years ago, before 100%. McDaniels came in. So you tell me how we were winning so much in Oakland at the end. We weren't. Last 20 years in Oakland, we weren't doing that great. Trust me.
Exactly.
Oh, Pete Carroll definitely. And 100%. I think a lot of that has to do with Chip too. Chip just doesn't like rookies.
Yeah.
He doesn't like anybody from if you watch those interviews, I'm telling you, Chip doesn't like fucking anybody.
Dude, he's a prick.
Fuck.
He sounds like a prick.
Yeah.
they keep starting KBK. I don't know who KBK is.
Oh, Kai
I
Blue
think he's
Kelly.
starting. Oh,
If they
Kai
keep
Blue
starting,
Kelly.
yeah, yeah. So if we keep those two guys starting in our secondary, we're going to be a top 5 pick.
That's 100%.
O-line coach needs to go. Yep.
Oh, we had talked about that already. Yep. Brendan Carroll should be fired.
Bang banger. I know what it's like to suck lifelong Bucks fan.
Hey, man, you won a Super Bowl on us, so hey, at least you got that.
Yeah, and
You
he won
ain't even seen
recently
him.
too.
Yeah.
We won when I was in Oakland. Something like that's a long time ago though. Nothing recent, that's for sure. Should have stayed in LA instead of moving back to Oakland. That I can agree with. That is one statement I will definitely agree with. No two ways about it as far as us moving. If we would have stayed in LA, we would have been the number 1 in LA because the Rams had moved. The Chargers were still in San Diego. We would have had control in LA. We would have gotten that stadium. We wouldn't be sharing it with shit. That would have been our own stadium at some point, and it wouldn't look like, and it wouldn't be that heat box that it is now. Because that stadium's ugly.
Tell you like this.
I think that stadium is nasty looking.
I don't like those people.
I've never been there, just from what I've seen and heard people talk about it. I don't like
100%. And for all those people that ask for people to sell the team and everything like this, if you were in LA with a new stadium and everything, there was a high possibility of new ownership coming in to buy that team. It's just like that. I mean, like, look at the Dodgers, look at the Lakers, look at every other single team. That market is huge. It would have been enormous for the Raiders.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even really thought about that until Coach just mentioned it. If we would have never moved back to Oakland, and we would have stayed, and the only reason we left LA was because of the whole Irwindale bullshit that fell through. Who Nate tells me all the time that the hole's still there from where the stadium was going to be. If they dug it out, they were getting ready to work on it. But the hole's still there, as he says. He goes, "There's still a hole in the ground." But if we would have stayed in LA, oh yeah, like I said, we would have been the kings of LA.
100%.
Dog there. And not for nothing, I'd much rather go to LA for a game than Vegas. I want to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot cheaper to take a trip to California than it would be to go to fucking Vegas.
And I don't mind sitting by the beach.
I hate the beach.
Yeah. Of course you do.
I've already been in the Pacific Ocean anyway. Never forget it out there. I was like 14, 15 years old up there boogie boarding with my cousins, and my mother's on the shore. She starts yelling, "There's a shark in the water." So we come running out of the water because we saw the fin. It was a fucking dolphin because 2 seconds later it jumps out of the water. I look at my mother and go, "Ma, it's a goddamn dolphin." We're right back in the water. If dolphins are around, there ain't going to be no sharks around. So we're back in the water. Oh, fuck. I hate the ocean over here, though, because Jaws was supposed to be like from Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, I don't like the ocean.
Yeah, I'm good on the ocean water over there. There's a lot of sharks. Fuck that shit.
Well, Block Island is like 15 miles off the Rhode Island coast, and I went with my neighbor a few years ago. We went on his boat. It's a smaller boat. It's really a lake boat. It's not even an ocean boat. And halfway out to Block Island, everybody had a piss, so you jumped in the water. Afterwards, get back in the boat and everything, and I'm like, that wasn't that smart, because we're literally out in the middle of the ocean. We're like 5 miles out to sea, even further. And I'm like, as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, now in my head, I'm visualizing myself in the water, and then looking down at the water, going, I don't know what the fuck's underneath me down there. I don't know how deep that is. I don't know what the fuck is swimming around underneath me.
Freaking Jaws comes up and makes himself a little freaking death sandwich.
I never jumped off the boat again after that. I'm like, he stopped again on the way back. He goes, "Anybody gonna get out and take a?" Nope, I'm good. I'm staying right here. I'm fine. I'm not going
just
anywhere.
Piss off the side if I gotta pee.
Yeah. Fuck that
right.
shit. I've seen the Coliseum. I was there during the summer looking at it. Fucking
love it. I think the Coliseum's awesome.
So, man, Yeah, 3-hour show tonight.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think that's you and I. That's the thing. You and I could get on here and talk forever.
Yes.
James has limitations because of the little guy.
Yeah. He probably had it.
Yeah, what's up, El Nomad? Yeah, we were just talking about that. Raiders going, if they would have stayed in LA back in the day, would have been better.
Yeah.
Look, I need to go to New England area. Yeah, it's
yes, you do. Hey, next year, big luck.
Come out here, like when Will was out here, like end of August, beginning of September. Weather's not too bad.
Yeah.
Don't come out here in the summer because you will fucking melt. Because if you're from out west, you don't have the humidity. You come out here with the humidity, you'll hate every minute of it. Just take a wet dish rag, a hot, wet dish rag, hold it over your face, step out in the extreme hot heat that you've got wherever you live, and try and breathe through that. That's what it's like with the humidity around here. It's like breathing in water vapors every time you start talking. It's so gross.
So I'm gonna tell you like this, Big Luck. You got to go up there for the game, man. There's gonna be a game in New England next year,
and New York.
Jeff, yep, Jeff is gonna be throwing a hell of a party again next year. Now he's even more experienced and he got more things cooking. So hey, y'all stay tight next year. Make sure that you hit up our boy Raider Jeff and let him know that you're gonna hit up that tailgate, man. If you guys want a cool experience.
I live in sanitary.
That's different type of hot down there, Big Luck.
Yeah. There's the humidity with the heat, and then there's the dry heat.
No. He got humidity down there, Jeff. So you think like Texas all dry? Yeah, they got Houston is super humid too, bro. Watch, I'll send you some stuff when we're down there because I'm gonna be doing some live streaming and stuff when I'm down there.
Yeah, but what type of humidity? Like up around here,
it gets swamp ass humidity, bro. Like where you get like
100% humidity up here.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's in the high 90s majority of the time during the summer. It's brutal.
Feels August like it's the freaking jungle.
Moval, what date you gonna be up here? Because I'm actually the Philly game is the 15th, so it's like the week before Christmas. Shit, man, you should come out earlier. Go to the Philly game.
Our boy Jeff will be in the building. Make sure you hit him up.
We're leaving as soon as the game's over, though. Once the game's over, getting back in the car, 4.5 hour, 5 hour home, done. Oh yeah, 90%. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so all right. So you know exactly what it's like. That fuck that shit. Mr. Israel will never be competitive.
Take your win, bro, and go.
You've already bet. Yeah, really. Just take your win and shut up. You beat a shit bum team. Congrats.
I'm like, hey, congratulations! You traded all these guys, and you have all these superstars, and you can barely beat the Raiders.
How about you just worry about the teams in your division, like the Eagles? Get past the Eagles, and then we'll talk. We'll see how great you guys are.
Exactly.
You beat a team that can't even beat themselves. Please.
Bunch of bums.
It's so bad. 24th through the 27th. Oh yeah, I'll already be back home.
Bad. 24th through the 27th. Moval, you should head down to Houston.
So I got a question. Not really so much a question, but the draft next year, it's in Pittsburgh. I don't know anybody that's in the chat, but I'm going. I'm definitely planning on going to Pittsburgh.
So,
especially if we're going to have a top 5 pick. Oh, hell yeah.
We will, guys, you might see Raider Will. You might see Baron Raider out there. I'd be like, there might be quite a heavy influence of Raiders fans out there. There's a lot of movement being out
there. And the good thing is there's a chapter right there. Yo, Raider.
I know. We got I think right now we got about 15 people talking about it.
I know the wife and I are definitely talking about it. I mean, I'm in regardless. If I go out alone, I go out alone. I don't care, but I think she wants to go too. Because my thought process was the draft starts on Thursday night. So round 1 obviously is the big deal. Round 2, definitely not as big as round one's deal, but round 2 and 3 are still ones to want to be there for. But I'm thinking on Saturday, it's like, who cares at that point? You know, I can look that up when, get back home, figure out who's who. I'm thinking on Saturday, because we're so close. We're only a 2-hour ride from it. Spending Saturday at the Hall of Fame in Canton.
Jeff, we are going to have to link up. Hey, Raider Nation, what I want you to do right now is circle that date. Stay tuned on the Silver and Black Radio podcast. Stay tuned on the Most Notorious podcast. Stay tuned on Raider 401 Raider Jeff's channel. We might have something in the works that will be going down for the draft this year. So, hey, make sure y'all stay linked in because it's going to be good. And man,
that's why I'm bringing it up now because, in all honesty, it's 5 months away.
Exactly.
Fast.
Exactly. Man, Pittsburgh's a hell of a city, man. I want to go back.
I've never been. I've driven through it, but I've never been actually in it. But that was as a little kid too, so that's different. That was 50.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Now you got me all excited, man. It's almost like Christmas again.
That one I may have to fly out for though, because I don't know if I can want to do a 9 hour.
There ain't no way
that's
I'm
like
driving.
9 hour drive for me.
Yeah, bro, that's like a 3-hour flight for me, 4-hour flight.
If I get a flight, if I can get a direct flight, no stops, it's like hour and a half.
Yeah.
So much better than driving 9 fucking hours. Do we like our quarterback? I don't.
Nope.
I don't want him in the first place.
Hey, and there's the thing, man. He ain't doing nothing for us. Gino is come here, and honestly, I think the biggest mistake that this guy made was going on in a freaking elementary school game, going out there saying, "This is why I get paid the big bucks."
Oh yeah, what a fucking idiot.
Stupid stuff like that, man, has come back to bite the Raiders in the ass all season long.
Go and talk like that, man. But not to, especially nowadays, man. Everybody and their brother's got a camera. They're gonna catch whatever dumbass shit you say. And you're a public figure. There's certain things you do and don't say. That's one of them, man. Why would you do that? Why?
I'd be like, hey, you ain't being rude, bro. You're keeping it a buck. He is absolute garbage. He is leading the league in interceptions. He's leading the league in mental mistakes. He's broken. He is not fixable right now, especially behind this offensive line. Geno Smith is an absolute disaster.
Moval, that's what we were talking about probably just before you got in here. I exactly what I said. I said, now is the time to evaluate these rookies.
100%.
Bench block it. Get him the fuck out of there. Start Tucker, start Thornton, and start Betch. Start the 2 rookie offensive linemen. Start the guys on the defense that are rookies, including Porter. Get Darian Porter out there. Let him get some play time. Now's the time. You got limited games to evaluate these guys because you're going to need to know what you're going to be needing for going into next year, whether it be free agents, draft, whatever. And then also re-signing what you want to re-sign. I don't want to see any of these guys from the offensive line come back except for Glaze, JPJ, and Miller. The rest of them all can fucking pound. And you know what? I take that back. I'm okay with keeping Forsythe because he actually hasn't been that bad at left tackle. I'll give him his credit. He's a lot better than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to complete ass, but he's been holding his own.
Agreed.
Oh, you're going to hear excuses next year for sure, Moval. There's no choice about it. It's going to happen. They're going to come up with some bullshit stories as they usually do. But I'm ready to call it. We're at 3 hours.
Yes, sir.
It's already 1 o'clock.
Me too, brother. I'm like, I'm tired of complaining.
We thank everybody for tuning in with us. James had to leave early. Leo's driving back from Vegas. He should be home by now. The super fan bag man is here. Raider bag. We're gonna call you Raider bag. That's it. Will's now Raider bag. And Will from the Philly chapter was in here earlier at the very start, talking about everything that's going to be going on for the game for the Raiders Eagles game on December 14th. So I'm going to stop pushing those out on Instagram. So make sure anybody going to the Philly game, hit us up. Definitely hit me up. I will be there. Yeah.
You might see Jeff Bagman out there.
I got my bag. It's right here. See, mine even says we suck on it. See? And I wrote that last year.
Mine just has a
little dots for tears. Mine's got I got like the Eric Cotman eyebrows. Oh, we suck.
All right, yeah.
Well, all right, everybody. We'll see you all next Tuesday for the Most Notorious podcast. And I'll be back on tomorrow night with Leo and Jay from Just Raiders and Nate, LV Raider 10. Leo and Nate were both in Vegas, so we'll get their take on what they saw going down and what kind of fun they had, minus the game, because they sure as hell didn't have fun watching that game. So until next time, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here. And as I always say, stay safe and go Raiders.
Salute. Let's go.
Trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. We are the Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a bomb on first down. Let's throw a bomb on every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. Nobody loud as a Raider crowd. Nobody proud as a Raider crowd. NFL, how you like me now? We gon' do this open style. Nothing but action. I'm Bo Jackson, hit the hole. Run you over, goal line. Jumping over, going crazy. Lose your soul, lose your mind in the black hole. Here's the goal, Super Bowl. And everybody here, get to go. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider.